All right. Welcome to the Exploding Heads Horror Movie Podcast, episode 243. We made
Here
it.
we go. Here we go.
Here we go, y'all.
I must have been listening to our top 200 episode because that was your famous line from.
I forgot that. Why was I saying here we go? Like every time we got to the next number, like
It was just another
177.
good movie. You're like, here we go, and then it was like Fright Night. Here we go.
Oh, that's
Martyrs.
great.
Here we go. Whatever.
Here we go. Come on. You know what song that is? Here we go. Come on. No? Oh,
It
come
sounds
on.
like
Don't disappoint me.
is it a hip hop or a rap song?
Yes. No, 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 we didn't. Does that help you at all?
Is it it's not what's his face, the Humpty Dance guy, is it?
Nope. Well,
You
don't
sounded
get
like
us
him there.
wrong.
Well, I don't get it. I'm not getting it. Fucking it up.
Have you ever seen a show with fellas on the mic with 1 minute rhymes that don't come out right? They bite, they never write. That's not polite. Am I lying?
Oh,
No, you're quite right. Well, tonight, on this very night, you're about to hear, we swear, the best star rappers of the year. So, here we go. Cheerio. We scream, bravo. Anything else? Then you don't know the song.
I can only guess. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say BC Boys, but I'm out.
No, this is called The Show. Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick.
Uh,
Absolute classic of the genre of hip hop, old school. And if you don't know this song, go back and listen to it. You and anyone listening
I
that's
might have
into it
to.
at all. Oh, dude. And get on Slick Rick while you're at it. If you don't have Slick Rick solos, this first two albums, listen. That's all I'm going to say. So, never thought I'd be talking about Slick Rick at the start of the show, but
Neither did I.
yeah.
Especially
Well,
this episode.
true, especially this episode. Well, it's going to be a crazy episode. Should be a lot of fun. We are basically doing what we've been doing, and we get to talk about Maxxxine tonight. And I have a whole lot to say about that movie. And
You've seen it three times.
I've seen it 3 times now. Yeah.
I've seen it three times.
Right on. Tonight I'm going to go see Long Legs. And I anticipate going to see it again in a few more days, first morning showing. I will only go to the very late show at the end of the night when nobody's there, or the first show when nobody's there. That's the way
I saw Maxxxine at the VIP, which is 19 plus, and we still had people being distracting. We think they had learning disabilities, but we didn't want to be assholes, so we didn't want to say anything, and we didn't want to like draw attention to it. But like, yeah, we were like, what the fuck? This is why you go to the VIP, so you don't have to deal with fucking that bullshit that you get in a regular theater.
Well, how is it any different? If you got money to go to the VIP, then anybody can pay, even people that are
I guess
allowed.
anybody can, but you just assume you're going to get people that are trying to avoid the riffraff that don't shut the fuck up during a movie, and they pay a premium and they're 19 older. But nope, 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 nope.
Yeah. I'm
so
sorry.
Fuck all of you and your learning disabilities. I'm just kidding.
Oh, wow. Watch out.
I have no clue. I have absolutely no clue. No, and
well,
again,
hold on now.
I didn't ruin the movie by any means, but they were just, I'm like, we're like, are they like, do they realize that they're talking at a full volume for like, it was just a split second. And that's why we think they might have not been, I was going to say all there, which is fucking
I knew you were going to say that. That is the old word. Hey, he's not all there. You know? Yeah. Right. I'm not all there. I can tell you now.
I'm old school.
Hey, well, I'm not all there, and I mean that as a mental descriptor. And if I could say that about myself, well, then therefore, not that I said it, you were the one that was going to say it, but I still get what you're going at. Someone being not all there, I don't think is necessarily an insult. But again, anybody can be insulted by anything nowadays.
I thought it was like Alice at the end of Friday the 13th, but I just changed it up a little bit. I'm like, they're not all there. All there. all there.
Oh,
I'm
oh
sorry.
boy.
You said the reference a horror movie, and then everybody's like, we forgive Christian. Fuck it.
Well,
He's not
now,
politically correct.
now you've got me. Now you've got me on Friday the 13th. You had to say it. Did you know the plans? Now, by the way, the show is not dead. Okay. The show is not dead. It's
Sure,
on
it
a
isn't.
hiatus.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
okay, right. But did you see the plans for the show, what they were and what they still might be if they decide to have the other guy pick up where the other guy left off and what the plans were? Because
Uh, I feel like I read,
dude,
like maybe I feel like I read a headline. I don't because it's there, but
dude,
I feel like refresh my memory.
you're gonna be sick to your stomach at how good this is and how sad this is that we may not get it. But dude, let me tell you about this article here. Which one is it? I had two articles I wanted to reference. And this was one of them. Let's see.
It's from the World News, so it's a reputable source.
Well, I'll tell you what. This was posted on Bloody Disgusting, but if you want the real headline from the real place, you have to pay for it. It's like one of those newspapers, and it's
Yeah.
The Wrap. You ever hear of The Wrap?
Yeah, we were just talking about it
Okay.
when we opened the show.
WRAP.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the rap as in the genre, the subgenre of music.
Yeah, The Wrap. I would call it The Wrap. Did you ever hear of The Wrap?
Is that before the hip hop?
Yeah, the hip hop. Where hip hop lives.
Hey, it's a laugh a minute tonight, everybody. Woo!
Boy, isn't it?
Woo!
Yeah. And by the way, new Eminem album's coming out tomorrow. New Fish
Yep.
album.
My son's very happy about
I'm
Eminem.
really wow.
We bought the Fish album and we smashed it.
No, you wouldn't.
I'm doing VHS part 3 with the Fish album.
You didn't and you wouldn't if you listened to it. There's no way you'd say I want to smash this. But anyway, off of that, I don't want people getting upset. Let me get back to matters at hand. In this article, and what it says. This was published June 18th, okay, on Bloody Disgusting. Here's the latest update on A24's Crystal Lake. Charlize Theron as Pamela Voorhees, which we've already discussed.
Yeah, we
Okay.
discussed that. Yeah.
Okay, so, showrunner Fuller was fired from the project, and leaving the fate of the small screen project has been unclear. So what really happened? And then there's a whole thing under the wrap, but you got to pay for it. So F you. To refresh your memory, Peacock. Now we don't need to refresh our memory. Other new details from the Wrap's latest report reveal that Charlize was being eyed to play Mrs. Voorhees, and the episode written by Kevin Williamson was going to take place entirely on a frozen crystal lake, with Williamson recently describing the episode as an hour-long chase. Friday the 13th fans.
Because Ram Man was talking. I'm actually okay because I think I'm saying, he goes, I don't know if I would like an hour-long chase. I'm cool with the whole hour-long chase. But I don't know if on a frozen
Maybe.
crystal, like feet don't fail me now. Like when are they just running in place for like 15 minutes and like no one can get anywhere, like Scooby-Doo style?
Yeah, I'm not. Why would it be an hour? You're right. I would like to see an hour-long episode that took place, but maybe the final chase can be 20 minutes. See, I don't need too much. I remember like when Star Wars Episode 3 was coming out, and they were saying they're going to have the longest lightsaber battle ever between Anakin and Obi-Wan, and I really didn't care. I was like, I enjoy lightsaber battles, but I don't need to see a freaking 25-minute lightsaber battle. I don't need
That's
to
what
see
ended
that.
up
It was
happening.
still a good
Everybody
one.
was going lightsaber crazy, so then they just lengthened it. But then you realize the reason we wanted more is because they left you wanting more, which is what they should do. Like they give you just enough that you're like, oh, that was great, but I would love more. Now they give you too much. You're like, oh, that was too long.
Yes. It's hard. It's hard to do, man. You got to
Speaking
meet
of
it in
Star
the
Wars,
middle.
is Jason frozen in carbonite? And that's is that how it was going to start? He's like a Jabba's lair. And then
No, but wait till you
got-
hear though.
Alice
Well,
and
no,
Amy
but-
Steele go to try to get him out.
Well, this is dude, this is amazing to me. Okay, so this is what's nuts. Additionally, Vincenzo Natali and Kimberly Pierce were set to direct episodes, with the budget ballooning to around 10 million per episode, which that
What?
is just utterly ridiculous.
What?
Yeah. It would have cost A24 roughly 85 million to bring the series to life, with additional series being planned by the studio. Well, you
What
know
the
why?
fuck are they
They're
doing?
comparing it to Hannibal. They're trying to do like what they did with Hannibal, which was a big budget. Now that's too much of a budget. So I don't want to see that kind of. How could they sustain that? So that's fine. Now,
Yeah, it seems like that would just be. I'm not against a big budget, but that seems ridiculous considering I
right,
believe, they made the last movie for like between 10 and 20, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I'm
right, but
go by
still,
memory. I
right.
mean, I know that was 2009 and here we are like fucking 15 years later, but still.
I hear you.
No.
That's absurd. No, that's too much, and that's too ambitious for a Friday the 13th related, even if A24 is behind it, in my opinion. But the Rap Report notes, in the grand ambition of Crystal Lake, each season would be a deconstruction of the first four Paramount movies. The series would incorporate lore from several sequels, but remix that material in a way similar to Fuller's Hannibal. So that, and it gets deeper than that.
Oh, I
We
heard the
would have
first
had,
episode is that we're following them around point of view style so that all the people that like didn't violate nature can
Naker.
just fucking jizz and come on the screen and say like, this is so fucking new and innovative.
Well, more
And
on
then
that
I'll in
later.
their face. Sorry.
More
Oh
on
yeah,
that
you saw that
later.
too.
A-
Yeah.
And I do have a comparison to make involving Friday the 13th, and that's okay, but we'll get to there.
I got an attitude tonight.
So
I'm sorry, everybody.
no, do it. We need it around here because I have no attitude.
Around here.
Because
Well, wait till we talk
I'm
about
flat.
Maxxine.
I feel flat. Yeah, I mean, she'll bring me up. That's true. Okay. Vincenzo Natali had recently tweeted, I have read the first two episodes. Brian Fuller's Crystal Lake was well on its way to becoming another Hannibal level reinvention that was simultaneously beautiful, sad, poetic, funny, and horrifying. I mourn its passing. Well, that doesn't sound good. So what happened? According to the Wrap, Fuller was fired 3 months before production was set to begin. It was played by inexperienced production executives making questionable decisions, problems with the show's writing staff, and conflicts between showrunners and executives. Now, let's get to the better stuff here.
That doesn't sound like it's happening anytime soon.
That didn't sound good, right?
Yeah.
But there's been developments. A24 and Peacock are now searching for a new showrunner for the series, with Nick Antosca reportedly in the mix to potentially, you know who that is?
The name's familiar. But again, once you say it, I'm gonna know. But I know the name.
He did what do you call it? Channel Zero. He's the showrunner for Channel Zero and brand new cherry flavor. Well, I love.
I think
Channel
that was
Zero.
yeah. No. I liked it too. I'm just saying that's not what I remember his name from. So I was like, what would I have remembered his name from? Maybe it was Channel Zero, but I think you said brand new cherry flavor.
Yeah, which is another, I think, short-lived show or something. I don't know. But the bottom line is this. They were going to have, and supposedly he's in the mix to possibly take over. And they say that if he does end up as the showrunner, he would jettison the work already done. So this is what they were planning, though. This is what's freaking amazing. And we thought that they were joking about it when he says, yeah, if you reach 10 seasons, I'll put him in space or something. Do you remember that being said? And everybody was just kind of laughing it off, saying,
"Oh yeah." I thought we said it, but you're right. I think that was said in jest. Like if it goes that long, yeah, we'll go into space.
Well, this is it. His plan was to have each freaking season the movie. Like the first season was going to be the prequel part leading up to Friday the 13th. Just the first season. The second season, they were going to have to cast a different Pamela because the passage of time and what's going to happen there, apparently. And then it's Jason. So they were going to take the first 4 movies at least, and they were going to make
that's fantastic
length. Yes, it is
What
fantastic, and
if you
that's
go
what I was
back to our
talking about.
show? It's kind of like I think what we were hoping for or wishing upon. I was thinking that they wouldn't feel because it was talked about a prequel, whatever. I thought they were going to try to base it there and maybe jump back and forth, but I much prefer this. This seems like it would
Well,
be great.
they probably were still going to jump back and forth in the episodes, kind of like they did with Hannibal, which I happen to be a fan of that style anyway. That is fine. That's what they do in American Horror Story, and I enjoy it. And more on a comparison with American Horror Story later with Maxine. Uh, but that's what they do with the flashback style, and I like that. I like flashbacks when it works out that way. So, so that's what we're currently missing out on, unfortunately. How amazing would that have been? Or could it be? I mean, but such a bummer because this guy had these amazing plans. A real fan that was going to do Friday the 13th, at least 1 to 4. I don't know. I just,
Well, now what's his face is
there's
going to
more
fuck
to
it.
it.
So if that Nick guy takes over, we don't want him to take over because he's going to fuck that
No, no,
idea.
no. They said he's going to jettison it. And I guess that means that he's just going to take the ideas that were already there and just continue on with them.
Oh,
You
I thought
understand
that
what
meant I misunderstood. I thought he was going to fucking shit can it.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on a second.
You
Maybe
might
I'm
want to
getting the
bring up
wrong
Webster's
idea.
dictionary there for a second. I
Yeah,
thought,
maybe, but well, here's the problem. Jettison. Um, throw or drop something from an aircraft. 6 aircraft jettison their loads in the sea.
yeah.
Abandon or discard
So he's going to
something that
abandon or
is no.
discard it, or he's going to
Oh,
throw Jason out of an aircraft.
oh.
One of the two. Either way, we lose.
So that's just sad. I shouldn't have brought it up then because I thought we had a chance at it still.
Fucking this Nick the
Um,
Dick. You should have stayed in
well,
bachelor
how
party.
could you not?
I know.
How could you not love that idea and not want to do that? Just cut the budget in half. So what? Tell the
So,
Friday the 13th story
so
that
what
we
the
want to
fuck is
see.
Nick the Dick gonna do?
I don't know. That's even if he comes in. Maybe they'll get somebody else to come in and they'll
Nick the
follow up
Dick
with
comes.
Fuller's ideas. Or maybe Fuller will get cleared. Let's hope Fuller didn't come and we'll be all right. He's the guy you got to worry about. But maybe he'll
All
be
we
found
know is
innocent.
Buckner is nowhere near this, or Bruckner, or whoever I thought was part of
Bill
this.
Buckner. Yeah, him.
Yeah, or Buckner and Garcia. We got
Buckner
a
and
request that,
Garcia.
like, yeah,
Oh,
that bring it up and then,
Maggie.
yeah, and break into some Pac-Man fever or Ode to
It is
Centipede.
that it is that time of year. Summertime is all about that album with me now, ever since you introduced it to me. Because that's when it was summertime. So now it's always it's something that I'll listen to in the summer and it's nostalgic. But if you can believe that.
My mouse trap, cheese was the bait. They should just do that should be the first episode of Friday the 13th, is just base it off Mousetrap. Pretty much that's what it is, right? A counselor's stuck. They got to get away
Hmm.
and try to avoid all the traps, which are Jason. I don't know what I'm talking about. I met a friend
I
before
don't either,
this,
but
uh, and that was visiting. Funny enough, got hired on for the retail channel of the job that I'm no longer with. And but I haven't seen her in ages. I haven't seen her in years. I used to work with her back in the day at the other company, so she was in town. So she's like, "Oh, you meet up for a drink?" And I'm like, "Sure, sure, but I have to be back by 6 because I fucking have been derailed all week, which we'll get to from a schedule wise."
ah,
I said, "But
yeah.
absolutely, I haven't seen you in ages. Let's go out." And we had a couple of drinks. So maybe
And
that's
she
where all
grabbed your
this.
cock.
No, she didn't grab my cock because we're just
Okay.
friends.
Okay. Just
But
making sure.
I think that's
I
where
thought
it's
that's why
coming
you were
from.
thrown off now. I thought maybe she grabbed your cock and that's why you're discombobulated now.
No, 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 no. I had a couple of drinks, which is probably
Okay.
why. But also,
Okay.
my schedule's been fucked up. So I think now is a perfect time just to say we're going to try our damnedest to get 3 episodes out this month. It's only the 11th. This is going to come out very soon, and it's just that I've got to travel a little bit for work for some training shit and whatnot. So at the very least 2, but we're hoping for the solid 3 inches of pure pleasure that you're going to get this month. But that's it.
Well,
I'm hoping for the best, but I just wanted to put it out there that there may be maybe a small issue to get that 3rd episode out in time.
yeah, I'm glad you brought it up because what you were saying the other day was like a little more like maybe you were just in a huff at the time,
I was
and
in a huff at
the
the
weight
time. Yeah,
the
I
weight
was.
of everything was on top of you. You should have seen me 2 hours ago. I was freaking kicking things around this house and cursing and
That was what I was
freaking.
in when I mentioned that we're gonna have to. We're not recording this month. Like I think I went like totally dramatic, Shakespearean, if you
Well,
will.
that's
I was like, but I
well,
was like,
right.
no, we could do it.
Okay, so I thought there was a possibility coming into this recording that you were going to say you may have to take the month off, but you're saying that's not the case. I just
No,
wanted the
that was just
listeners to
me
be
being fucking
okay.
pissy at that in
I
that
get it.
moment. No, no, no. I'm worried that I
I
might not
know.
be able to get that third episode. That's it.
I understand. Well, big deal. If we don't get the third episode in, I'll try to put a bonus one in there somehow, some way.
You
Maybe something
walk your
with
dog.
Frankie.
Go
And
old
if
school
not,
dog walking. Walk dogging. What
yeah,
was it called?
yeah, it is walk dogging. Yeah, they're too quick now. She doesn't have the stamina to make it to the corner and back. So it's really quick. She doesn't go on those freaking excursions anymore. You know,
Oh,
she's too old now.
so
Yeah. So I
sad.
got to carry her all the way down the stairs, all the way outside, and set her down on the grass so she goes potty. And then when she's done, I got to lift her up when she comes back
Potty.
in, and then
Could like
and bring
take a
her in the
shit,
house.
piss, or goes potty. He's like a baby.
Well, that's what we call it to her. You got to go potty. Well, listen, I inherited it from my wife. I don't know. I never had an animal before. She was the one that said that, sir, you got to go potty all the time. So that's the word she knows.
No, it's
So that's
fine.
how you
It's
know.
I use it.
Ask her.
I never use it for my dog though. Funny enough, I don't think I ever use it for a kid too because it's
What do you
some
say?
words. Uh, you got to go inside is all I say because my dog will not.
Inside.
Yeah, inside. Like we like the like
Your
we
dog
stand up
goes
and go.
inside?
Yeah, he goes to the bathroom. We open the washroom door. He climbs up on the toilet, and your dog doesn't do that.
Yeah. No, I wish she did. That would change everything. Good God,
No, I
my
said you
life would
have
get
to go
easier.
outside. That's all we say.
You,
My
I thought you
dog
said
will not
inside.
shit or piss on a walk. It's like, I don't know what it is. Never
Wow.
has since day one. Maybe pissed when we've gone to like Barati Park, the provincial park, but he will not shit. He'll take a lot. Like if
Wow.
unless he has to go, it's an emergency. I don't even take a bag with me anymore because he's never shit on a walk ever.
Lucky you. Wow. You know what
I
my
don't even
dog
have
does
to
when she
pretend to pick
walks?
it up. You know when you open the bag up and you're like
Right.
oh, and you go down and then I don't pick anything up. I never have to do that anymore.
Ew, gross. So the only time I can't pick it up is when it's too runny, but I try. I gotta rip the grass out and shit.
I'm
Oh,
kidding.
I
I have
hate
to
it.
rip the grass out. I'm just
I
being a
know,
dick.
I
But
know.
the yeah, no, he won't go. So then we'll get back and he'll want to go outside.
What? So he prefers outside then.
Yeah,
Lucky you.
he likes no, yes, lucky me for one thing. But then I've got
You
to
don't gotta
then what you
walk.
do is you just let him out. So then every week you're like, yeah, I got to clean up all this shit out here, don't I?
Or you do it right when they finish. Like,
You
see,
can do
Irene
that.
does that.
Yeah.
She does that. I
I'm
wait
not
till
that
Sunday when it's
motivated.
garbage day. No, I do it all once. You know what I do? I go in the backyard and I walk back and forth as if I'm cutting the grass. And then I carry bags with me, like 4 or 5 bags, and I walk and I pick up and I go, and there they go. I'm not going to do it every
Then
time.
I
It's
drop it
bad
off at the
enough I got to let
Goodwill.
her out. And
Donation.
but dude, when she got walked, when she got walked, when she gets, even now, if I walked her, she freaking will pee about 5, 6 times and shit twice every fucking time.
My dog will just sniff at every fucking minute, every
But not pee.
second, but not pee. He will sniff. I'm like,
Wow.
Kidus, it's just more dog piss. Like, what scent? Like, but I guess there's like, it
It's
must be like
territorial.
cologne. Everything. He doesn't piss to mark
Yeah,
it. He just
that's
he
the weird
sniffs it.
part.
I'm like, get the fuck out of here. We got walking
He's
to do.
friendly. He's a friendly dog then. He doesn't care
A
about
friendly
other
dog.
dogs and
No,
marking his territory.
he'll
Wow.
he'll bark and he'll get a little rowdy if a dog is uppity with him or whatever on the walk, but he's friendly. Like if that dog came at him, he'd get a little skittish, but if he went and ran after the dog, which would scare the shit out of people because he's a German Shepherd, all he wants to do is play with the dog. It's the friendliest,
Yeah.
fucking cutest dog ever.
Yeah.
The cutest
My
thing is
dog's
that we got
friendly
him this
too.
overgrown carrot. Like it's a huge fucking carrot. And he'll like go to the window at the front of the house and start barking at people with the fucking carrot in his mouth. It's the
Wait
it's
a minute.
the most
The
ridiculous
dog?
thing. Yeah.
The dog has a huge carrot in its mouth?
Yeah, like a stuffed carrot, like a
Okay, a
squeaky
stuffed.
carrot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
I'm just making sure.
He's
It
not
was a
like Bugs
stuffed
Bunny. He's
toy.
not going, hey, what's up, Doc?
Well, you said we have this huge overgrown carrot. I'm like, wait a minute. This is like his thing he carries around. A
I
freaking,
grow him in
it's
the
got to get
back.
old,
I grow him
you
in the
know?
shit that he dumps in the backyard.
You know? Yeah, you got the freaking manure. You can do it.
Oh
The
man, I feel like I'm
fertilizer.
off the rails. 2 beers. That's all I
How
had.
did,
2 fucking beers.
how did I get onto the freaking you are? How did I get onto the subject of dog walking?
No,
Oh,
it
I
was
know why.
me.
Because
Me telling
you.
you do a bonus show by walking your dog. Yeah.
Yeah,
My
it's
fault.
it's over with now. It's over with. There's no
Oh,
bonus show of walking a dog. I'll try to get one out. And if not, that's okay. Bottom line is anytime we skip a show, that pushes everything up a little bit in the future. Like episode 250, it may not be September now. Maybe it goes to October,
I
which is
think
fine because I'm not in a huge rush anyway. Because I
I
still
still
have
think
actually.
I still think it will hit there because I was a little concerned. Not concerned. I just thought it might be the last episode in September instead of I think the second or whatever. Um, hey, look
I
what
don't know.
arrived. Look, I got a sort of an unboxing. This just came today, and these other ones came the other day.
I just got something yesterday.
Ooh, from Beyond 4K.
Oh wow, nice. That's cool.
Girl syndrome, and it cost
Cool.
me less than when I was at that fucking store. So I saw it at the store. I'm like, that's still too expensive. And I got this on eBay. Like again, it's not inexpensive, but you just got to
Right.
know comparatively what the deal is because you're never some of these you'll never find it like 20 or less unless it's somebody selling them used, and then you
Right.
just have to trust that they're good. And I got Frontiers to finish the French Extreme.
Oh,
Just
yes.
and of
That's
course
cool, man.
American Ninja 1 and 2.
Oh, I don't know what they are, but cool.
Uh and then I got Evil Dead 4K, Evil Dead Rise 4K, and um
Nice.
Last Night in Soho 4K as well.
There you go. I got the
They're
last night in Soho a while
fucking
ago.
cheap. Well, these were like
Wow.
I got them like 10 bucks, 10, 11 bucks each.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Brand
awesome.
new.
Right. Dude, I got Evil Dead Rise Blu-ray for $5. That's why I bought it when it
Oh,
came out.
yeah, that's
Five
sweet.
bucks. Of course I'm doing it. I go for the sales, just like you. Same thing. Even now, Criterion's out and it's still too much money. I've wanted this Criterion Dazed and Confused for
Oh,
years now.
25
Even
bucks, right?
now, it's $25, and to me, that's still too much money.
See, my
So
problem
I'm
is
holding off for
if you go
now.
to if you go to their site, they're not on special, right? You have to go to Barnes and Noble, and Barnes and Noble's holding this special. Am I wrong with that? Because
No,
when I went to
no.
the Criterion site, I didn't see them on special.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I know they're on Amazon on special. I know they're on the
Yeah,
other one. I thought that they'd be there.
because
It's got to come from them.
I'm going down to Connecticut, like I said, this next week. So that's why I'm not here, everybody, for like 4 days. And that really eats into like recording time because I'm also on their time. And it's not like I'm free like when I travel before I could take my computer, we record. I don't know the schedule in and out.
Right.
So there's no way, but there's a Barnes and Noble in closest proximity. So I was like, I think the sale's still on. So I was thinking of going there because I would like to get
Sweet.
Blowout, To Die For, the others. Dazed and Confused was one of them. There was like I think
There's so much money still, though.
I
It's
know.
too
Well,
much
yeah,
money to me.
you add them all up, and that's
Just
American. I
is.
got to do the conversion,
Right.
but still, man, it's still
I
not,
know.
you're not going to get it for any better than that, other than like the no name version. If Dazed and Confused just came in a regular run of the mill Blu-ray.
Which I do have, but well, hold on. Let me see. I do have it, but because it's one of my favorite movies,
Yeah, I
I
know.
want to own it. And that's my discerning. That's how I could tell. Like even the others, I fucking love the others. So it's like a 9.5 for me. I think it's incredible now. It took me time to get there, but that's where I am now. So it's in my top 100 horror movies. The thing is, I figure anything in my top 100 horror or anything on my top like 20 to 30 non-horror, I have no problem owning them in the best possible way. And then when it comes to
Agreed.
like something that's beautiful to begin with, then I want to have it on 4K. Even if it wasn't on my top 100, just some like that it's gonna just look beautiful. You know what I mean? So that's what I try to do. Like I wouldn't buy like what did you buy in 4K from Beyond and the other
Well,
one, Frontiers?
no, Frontiers is actually Blu-ray. They
Is
didn't
it
do it in
blue?
4K.
Okay.
But
Okay.
and it's region B, but like I said, I've got the player, so I'm not too concerned.
Right, right,
From Beyond, Last Night in Soho, and uh Evil Dead Rise. But remember, Evil Dead Rise and Last Night in
right.
Soho
Cheap.
combined was less than
Yeah, dude.
$25 with shipping.
That's great. No, you got to do that. And Last Night in Soho is just that beautiful of a film that I don't mind having it on 4K. And I think when I got it, it was also on sale. So that's what I'm saying. It's not in my top 100. It's not even. I think it's a great flick, but but it's something I would like on 4K, sure. And I have it, but I don't venture too far. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to, because otherwise I won't be able to stop myself. Like The Hitcher just come, and again, I don't like The Hitcher, but I've only given it one chance, and I'm hoping for another. Let's say I watch The Hitcher again and I like it. I still don't see that as a movie that I need to have in 4K. I think I'd
Oh,
be
I
happy
love
enough.
that set though. I love the second sight
Well,
sets.
maybe
So I'm gonna
okay.
grab it. I didn't pre-order it because I had just gone on a binge. Like I got these. I also got Fright Night. It hasn't come in 4K. So I've got that one coming. That's shipped out. And
Right.
there's a handful of others that I'm still waiting for.
Well, there are some, and I just made my purchase. My Vinegar Syndrome purchase actually arrived 2 days ago,
What did
and
you
it's
get?
Night Gallery season 1, 2, and 3 on Blue.
Oh, you
Finally,
got
dude.
all three seasons
Yeah.
in one set? Or,
Well,
or are
no,
they
I
by
had to
the
get
season?
one, two,
Okay.
three all together, and it came to like $77. But let me tell you what. I've only ever had the first season on DVD, and I was waiting for the other ones that came out, and they took a while to come out. Now I saw it's on Blue. Now, season two is like really expensive because it's much longer than the others. Like here, let me actually explain it because of the price. But I really can't wait to get that because I'm gonna set some time and watch them all because I've never seen them all.
I had the
But let's
first
see,
season
Night
actually on
Gallery.
DVD actually as well. Funny
Yep,
enough.
that's what I had. Season two right now. The Blu-ray is 48.71. $50 for just season two on Amazon. So
Whoa.
like that,
Holy shit. That is,
well,
yeah.
yeah, well, look
Excuse
how
me.
long it is. It's freaking. Hold on, let me tell you the length is like ridiculous. It's 5 discs, 19 hours and 35 minutes. Okay, because that's season two. Now, if you go to Night Gallery, season three Blu-ray, for example,
There it
it's the
is.
same thing as the other ones. Season three is $30. So already you're at $80 just for season one and season two. And season two is only 2 discs, 6 hours and 30 minutes. I say
Only.
only, but
Yeah.
by it's not 20 hours like season two is. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And the same thing goes for season one. Night Gallery season one is on Blue, $30. Same thing, and it's like 6 hours. For whatever reason, season two is exceptionally long. So ordinarily, this stuff at the best price is going to be 110. So I got it all for like 70 and change. So that's the only time it's ever going to be that low. So I did it. So I bit the bullet on the Night Galleries. So
Find that like sometimes when I like a lot of people think like when I say eBay, they're like eBay. But I'm like, if you know what you're looking for and
oh
you compare
yeah,
prices, eBay's still good.
yep,
A valid reason. Blow
yeah,
it out of here. Blow it out of here usually has them. And sometimes they're comparable because what happens is I order them from Second Sight or Arrow, and sometimes I'll get fucked with
mhm.
like I did
Shipping,
with Scream Factory. I got shipped fucked
right,
with on the shipping for them, they were extra expensive. And when you
yep,
did the conversion, whatever, so you know, because they do the conversion right to Canadian for you, you know exactly what you're paying with shipping, and they usually don't charge you tax, so you get it all done, and you might get dinged on customs, but I've never, for those things I haven't, but when I've ordered directly from Scream Factory or ordered directly from Arrow or Second Sight, I've gotten hit with customs a few times. I've mentioned on the show. And then it kind of defeats any deal you get. So when you find it from here and it's
Yeah.
a good price and then you get it, yeah, it's still a little bit elevated from what I feel comfortable spending. But I always just remind myself, as I've mentioned before, Laserdisc. Laserdiscs were even more expensive back in the day. Usually, like I said, $59.99 was like typically like the lower realm, and then you'd go up from there. Every now and then, like at Christmas or whatever, you might get some, or then when they became more popular, you might find some for $29.99 or $39.99. But they were always expensive, and that was fucking decades
Yeah.
ago. Decades
Right.
ago. So
Nuts.
now I find like that's the trade-off because the quality here is so much better. It's always nice
True.
if they include the Blu-ray as well, so you've got like a backup. But usually some of them now are just doing the 4Ks, which is fine.
And that's
I'm
okay.
okay with
Yeah,
it.
that's
Yeah, I'm okay
fine.
with that too.
Like I got a bunch, from the Screen Factory sale. They were all half price. How could I not do it? That's what I bite on, the good sales. You know what I mean? And that's how it is. Occasionally something will come up and I'm looking for something. Like I'm always looking for that Pearl 4K,
I
if I
remember you saying
ever
that.
see it
Yeah.
come up cheap. Well, I would
You know
love to
what?
have all
Don't worry about
three,
it now because they're going
honestly.
to do a trilogy. You know they're going to do a
You're
trilogy
right.
set. So,
And I'm
and I'm
buying
going to
it
get the trilogy
4K.
set too because although I'm
Wow.
going to just put this
They look
precursor
great.
now and I'll say it again later. Um, I like Maxxine, and we're going to get to it. I like Maxxine,
Hmm.
but I have problems with Maxxine, and I don't want to. I don't. I feel really bad because I don't definitely don't want to take your enjoyment away. You've seen it 3 times, so I know you love Maxxine, but I got to balance it because I'm going to come off. All I know is everything I'm going to be saying is going to sound negative, but I like the movie, and I'm going to say
Well,
that
when
now.
we get there,
Yeah, yeah.
by the end of the discussion, I may have I may, well, first of all, this is not a movie you just see once anyway. Like, I'll say it now. I didn't love it. I loved it more each watch. I saw it the first time and I thought one thing about it, right? And I go, well,
Okay.
we'll wait till we get there. I'm just saying that
That was my
it was
fault again.
so, no,
Yeah,
no, no, no.
yeah.
But I will say this. This is the one thing I'll say now in regards to that franchise being on 4K is that they're all going to look beautiful, and I believe that Maxine is the best looking of all three. But we'll get to that later.
Eh.
We'll get to that
Yeah.
later.
I
But
might
they're
not
all going to
disagree with
look,
you. I mean, Pearl's going to look great. I mean, I like the look of all of them.
yes,
I was
Technicolor. No, they
expecting a
all
little
look
bit
great.
more from Maxine from the way that so much what he did for Pearl and X. I thought it was there with Maxine, but not to the extent that I was expecting. But again, I'm blowing my
We'll get
load.
it
We'll get there later.
right.
Uh, Having said all that, yeah, I mean, that was I made a joke to Chris A.K. Scott. I'm like, I got a job, and here I'm back to buying shit that I don't need again, because I went right back to buying shit for a collection that doesn't fucking matter. But I like them. These are movies I like, so why not, right? Fuck it, that's what we do it
Word.
for. But yeah, every now and
Absolutely,
then
man.
I said eBay, and I was going to get into it, and then we got on the Maxine thing. Facebook
Yeah.
Marketplace. If you know, and you can, if the person's reputable, I just bought 3 things from someone. Everybody raved about this guy. The experience was one of the best I had on Facebook. Guy was like on one of the Canadian sites. Everybody said he's
Oh,
a great
okay.
seller. He had a bunch of things for sale, and they were all in great condition, like new or next to new quality, and the prices were fantastic. It was
Awesome.
great. So like that's when you realize you get a, you know, you don't mind spending like or saving, or like I said, if you know what you're looking for on eBay can pay off sometimes, and of course Amazon, and they're very quick.
Word.
Like people not to check them seems weird because you got all 3 options right at your disposal,
You
unless you're
gotta
not
check
on
them, dude.
Facebook.
No, you gotta check them. I do too. I'm a big believer in eBay and Amazon, but you gotta go on there every day and you gotta look, and there's certain places you gotta check all the time. If you stay on top of it, if you can afford to buy enough movies, do it. See me, I end up teasing myself, so I try not to do it unless I say, okay, I'm gonna buy a movie or something like that or something. Usually, I don't just buy a movie out of the blue. It's just I don't get the idea. Hey, I want to buy Pumpkinhead on 4K. That doesn't just happen to me like out of nowhere. If a movie's announced or if there's a sale, then I'll go looking. But ordinarily I just don't get the idea. But sometimes I do. I'm like, well, it's time I got this because there are a couple things like I want to own all of the freaking certain directors' movies and certain actors' movies, and that's just the way I like to do it. So I'll look occasionally and see if the prices have changed. Like Dancer in the Dark, never. You cannot get that fucking movie. I'm telling you. Hey, I'm going to look it up on Amazon right now just to see what's going on with that Blu-ray. Dancer. Oh,
Is it? It must be out of print, obviously.
Sorry.
Then that's fine.
Maybe I don't know. Let's see.
You have the house that Jack built, right?
Yeah, look at this. Yeah, Dancer in the Dark non-USA Blu-ray Region B. Okay, so it's not even there. And then
Although usually those ones
DVD
are
for
cheaper.
20.
Usually, if you get like the Spanish equivalent, we're just doing this with the Adventures of Ford Fairlane. The actual North American release is ridiculously expensive, but you can get
Right.
like the Spanish version, which it just has better artwork in my opinion, but everything's written in Spanish on the actual bark art. Um, that it's significantly cheaper, significantly.
Well, it's not even available. Even the one that I just mentioned, the Blu-ray that
It's
was on there from other, it's not currently unavailable.
oh wow.
So there's a DVD in a Japanese blue. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it never came out. Maybe it just never came out. I may be thinking about another um one of his movies. Maybe it's Breaking the Waves because I think that might have been a Criterion, but it was hmm. See, now I gotta find out because it's gonna freaking it is oh stupid thing. Breaking the Waves
Paul
Criterion.
Thomas
So why
Anderson's
didn't
the
I
same
see it?
thing. I don't know if he is something against 4K or I don't know what the problem is, but like Boogie Nights will not be. I haven't heard any announcement for Boogie Nights in 4K. I've got the Blu-ray of it. I mean, sorry, I've
Hmm.
got the DVD of it, which was a great release. And there is a Blu-ray, and I can get that Blu-ray from the same guys, and it's brand spanking new, the same guys that I got those 4Ks for, and it's dirt cheap. Well, usually their Blu-rays are really cheap, like under $10, brand
Wait a
new.
minute. Who's this? They got Boogie Nights on 4K? You're
4K,
telling
it's
me?
11.99. Not 4K. No, it doesn't exist on 4K. I want it on 4K. It's on
Oh, I
Blu-ray.
have it on Blue already.
Yeah, see,
Okay.
I
Yeah,
only have the
I've always
DVD
had
of
Blue.
it. So I was like, okay,
Oh,
I'll get it on Blue because I don't believe it's coming out in 4K.
okay. Maybe, yeah, not yet anyway. But here it is. Look, Breaking the Waves, Criterion, not available ever. It is never. So Criterion also has freaking out of print movies because you can never find. Look at new 4K restoration. So it didn't even come out that long ago,
I
and
wonder
you
if it's on their
cannot
channel.
find.
I wonder if they have it streaming on their channel. Not that you want, I know you want the physical
I don't
copy,
know, but I
but they
want the
also have the
physical.
Criterion channel too. I
And
think
here's another one, Blu-ray.
Breaking the Wind's available though.
Breaking the Wind. Nice. Amazing. Look
It's
at
a
this.
Brandon joke, everybody.
$99. People are selling it used for freaking Lars von Trier, Breaking the Waves. So I'll never own this movie. Like, I want to own all of his movies because they all look great to me. But it's not going to happen because I'm not going to spend $100 on freaking Breaking the Dancer in the Dark isn't even out here. Isn't that weird? You would think that all these shitball movies that come out, that we get freaking
Yeah.
the violent shit
Spookies.
trilogy, right? We got that on Blu-ray, but we can't get real films like freaking Dancer in the Dark and Breaking the Waves. Freaking of Dancer. Okay, Breaking the Waves has been made. Dancer in the Dark doesn't even have a blue. How are you kidding me? How?
Ah,
How could
it
this is
is
what
weird to me.
frustrates me. That's another thing up there really, gets me is that when people they rush out to buy all these crap movies, again, it's just to each their own. Maybe they're not crap
You're
to
talking to
them.
Dave Parker again.
No, never. No,
I
because
know.
Dave
I'm
Parker,
kidding you, Dave. He loves.
he likes anything and everything, and
That's what
he's
I
like
love.
us,
Yeah,
you
he
know.
doesn't love everything. He doesn't
No,
love
not
everything,
everything,
but
but he'll like
he
new movies,
but
old ones.
I love the way that he just says, "Yeah, I like it," and fuck it. That's it. He goes, and that's why Ghoulies 2 was in his top 100 movies
Well, there
of
you go.
all
He
time.
loves Ghoulies too.
Exactly.
There you have it,
It's
and so
awesome.
be it. You
Yeah.
know, and he also loves. He's like us. We're all over the board with the stuff we like. I mean, really. I mean, that's how
Well,
I
like
feel.
that's what I was trying to anchor. I was going to say I'm going to sound like a negative asshole later, but I'm just gonna because I got to focus. I got to counterbalance that your Mia Goth love for the fact that I had some problems with it, but I like the movie. Like I mean, there's nothing like it's just we got to have some sort of balance here. We got to have some balance.
Well,
And
hold
that's why
on.
I don't want to like feel like I'm shitting. It's not going to be like the Crave or the Craft or anything like
The
that, but
Crave, the
the
Crave
Crave.
In. Is there a horror movie called The Crave? If not, there should be. The Crave. You know?
No, but the that's our streaming service that is like we've
Oh,
got one of those
yeah.
that's one of our streaming services called Crave.
Crave. That's right. Crave. It always sounds so like sexual to me, the word crave. It always seems like it'd be used as a sexual connotation, like a dirty thing. When
Like
I hear the
moist
word crave, now see, moist to me reminds me of freaking brownies
muffins.
and shit.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
like
but
when I was a kid,
when they describe them as
they would
moist, I'm thinking of like not brownies.
no. You know what I picture? Those cookies that they used to show in the commercial, like Toll House or Betty Crocker, and they would show like the soft cookie out of the oven, and they would like break it in half, and you'd see the chocolate coming out. To me, that's what moist symbolizes. So when I hear the word moist, I always think about freaking brownies and cookies being like broken in half and it looking tasty. But that's me,
Yeah,
you know.
and I
So
think
I don't
there's a
know.
lot of people like you.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. Shit. What's wrong? Anyway, that word. So wait a minute. Oh, okay. Hold on. Back to Mia. Um, love for Mia doesn't have to do with love for Maxine. Love for Mia, like for example, I will say she's never made a bad movie, and I stick with that. Every movie I've seen has been good. I've never not enjoyed a movie she was in. But I'm not going to sit here. You know, if I give Marrowbone a 7, 7.5, I'm not saying I love it because Mia's in it. I'm not walking around saying, "Oh yeah, all her movies are 9s out of 10s." Matter of fact, okay, Suspiria. Suspiria, I gave a 10. Is she part of it? Yes. Is she the reason for it? No, it doesn't hurt. I love having her on the screen. That's fine. But you know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm the type of
Here,
person that, like, if I saw Maxine and thought it sucked, it's possible it could. For example, well, we'll get to it. Stop. Just stop. Um, um, what was I going to say? There's another article. There's another article I wanted to talk to
on
you
Friday
about.
13th.
Not about Friday the oh, but this. Hold on. There's a Friday the 13th thing I wanted to tell you. How about the fact that freaking Arrow or somebody is putting out Friday the 13th? They're giving it all this love, bells and whistles, and it's for the remake. Did you see that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, what are they going to
Isn't that
do?
weird?
No, yes
I
and
don't
no,
know.
because
It's just weird.
Scream Factory already blew all the fans by giving them that box set. So I get it. I mean, you can get the first one on 4K. We've gotten multiple versions of every other one. So they just decided, I guess, to focus on the remake, just like they did with that last House on the Left. So I kind of get it. And I like the remake. So I'm there for it. Because there's
I
some new
do too.
features. There's some new features and it's in 4K. So why not? I'll take it because it actually looks great. Like one thing people shit on that movie all the time, but it actually looked good. Visually, it looked good.
Fair. I am gonna buy it because it's a release of that movie and it's in the canon. So I will buy it being a Friday. The fanboy that I am. But in the same respect, I'm like, um, it was just a weird decision because Screen Factory didn't have all the bells and whistles that companies like Arrow and Criterion do. So you could take any Friday the 13th movie and given it a great thing with a booklet
Absolutely.
and everything
They
else and
could
whatever
do
the
the
hell you could.
first one again. Because I told you
They
the 4K
should.
transfer was weird because although it had its there are some good aspects to it, uh it looked dark in certain sequences, and like maybe it's my TV. I'm not too sure. It's a 4K TV, but I'm just maybe it's the settings. But when you change things that are kind of canon to the film, like fading to white and change it to a fade to fucking black, that's weird.
That
I
is
still
weird.
don't understand it. And I
I
don't
still haven't
understand
watched
why
it.
more people are like, what? That is awkward. Like, you don't hear talk
Which
about
one
it.
was that?
Part
Which
one.
I know part one. Who
Oh,
released
sorry.
that one?
That was I
Because
would think it was
I
Paramount.
have
It
it.
was the Paramount did the 4K release of that one.
Okay. I don't think I still have watched it yet.
But where I'm
Hmm.
going with it is you're right. Arrow could have easily done part one with their great cover art,
Right?
with a
Right.
new cover art that's like the hard slip. You pull it out, it could be the original artwork. You could put all the cover arts in there. You could put the booklet in there like they've done. You can with the lobby cards, and it could be the lobby cards from back in the day, and then put the movie in 4K with the Blu-ray, put all the special features that already exist, and then pop like a new audio commentary, a retrospective that's 15 hours long, and then and then like
Hmm.
I don't know, another making of featurette with
Right.
newly created. Like, why the fuck not? I mean, people are gonna buy it, and it's loved enough. You could probably do
Yeah.
that individually.
The first
Well, for
four.
all you could probably do them for all the movies because there's an audience for all of them,
Honestly,
as we well know.
that's true.
You
That's
could probably
fair.
do that
Yeah.
a dedicated, beautiful release for all of them, and people would buy them. But you're right, the first four, no question, no question. I
Right.
would love to see part five get that love as well. I
Yeah.
already thought the Blu-ray looked fantastic, and you agreed. Like there's something about that Blu-ray that just popped.
Yeah.
The colors looked fantastic in part five. Um, and so, yeah, it is odd that that's the one they went with, but maybe this is the start. Maybe
Well,
they'll go backwards. Who knows?
it just occurred to me. Maybe it's a rights thing. Maybe they don't have the rights for the Paramount movies. Maybe they just have the rights for the Dimension for the stuff that came after. I can't. I'm not going to pretend I understand the rights overseas or not, or in the States or everything, or who owns what. So maybe it's a rights issue. I don't know. Like, here's what I want to know: could they even get part two, the footage from part two that Scream put out? Can they?
I
Could
mean,
they get access to that? Someone's got to clean that up. That's the bottom line.
possibly. Like, let's be honest. I think they've shared. There are times where they say new 4K, and some of these are new 4K scans or 4K whatever from the
Right.
negative or the interpositive, and some of them are shared. Like I think like if Synapse released one and like Studio Canal did, I feel like sometimes they share that, and they just have distribution rights for wherever it may be, even though you can get them wherever now, like
Right.
region A versus region B. And even though 4K is region free, they still kind of,
Luckily.
they've done that. We know that they've done that. Um, but I would be lying to say that I know the ins and outs of that as well. And, sometimes they say it's a new scan. Well, is it 100% a new scan, or is it the scan that was previously used for 4K? Unless they dictate it's a new scan, you never
Right.
know. But this one has
That's
not come in
correct.
4K yet, so yeah, this is going to be a new release. But I do like that movie, so I'm looking forward to it. And
I
uh,
like it too. Just surprising to me is all. Of all the Friday that you would think that, I don't know. It
yeah,
just, when do you ever see a remake get that kind of love? And I'm not
well,
talking about the fall. I'm not talking about the Thing or the Blob. I'm talking about a remake of, like Hills Have Eyes, Texas Chainsaw, Friday, Dawn of the Dead. You know what I mean? You don't usually see a remake get a whole set like that because they're
I
not
bet
really
they could do
beloved
that
that
with the
way.
Texas Chainsaw too. I think that's another example that would sell quite well
I
because
agree with you.
that one and same director, funny enough. So maybe that will be coming out soon.
Yeah.
Day
Yeah.
of the Dead is the one that is bizarre to me that Scream Factory still hasn't released a 4K of it because they were very quick to release 4Ks of pretty much all of their old ones, that
Right.
even ones that they released in Blue. I just bought the Dead Riggers, or not Dead Riggers, excuse me, the Dead Zone Blu-ray, and they released it in 4K like 6 months later. I was a little late to the game to get it, but still, I
Wow.
was surprised how quick. But you know what? I just said, fuck it.
Don't get
At
me
some point,
started.
there's only so many ones I want to upgrade. Like I said, I double dipped in 4K with Carrie. I had it 3 times
That's
over. I had the
different.
Scream Factory Blu-ray, I had the
Wow.
4K Scream Factory, and then I bought the Second Sight one as well because that's my favorite one. It's
The
just
second sight
sometimes,
one?
yeah,
Is that the one
it's a combination of
I
the
gotta find
packaging.
out?
It's over here.
Oh,
But
don't worry. I just see that.
Dave the Dead's the one that that's the one, Dave, right here.
I don't know if it's the one I have or not, but I
Oh,
know I
it's
have
Arrow.
one.
I
Oh
said
no,
Second Sight. It's Arrow, actually, that did
yeah,
that
that's
one.
a fat one. What one do I have? It's right behind
Um,
me.
yeah,
Who
it's the
makes
Scream
this? Hold on, I'm
Factory.
gonna look.
Probably the Scream
Mine is the
Factory one.
screen,
I
the
think we do. I
4K.
think we actually had this conversation on the show before.
Wouldn't doubt it.
We're
Let me
fucking
see.
going senile in our old age.
Yeah,
It's
for
fucking
sure.
crazy. Day of the Dead, and I keep saying I know the Fog has been released in 4K on Scream Factory. I know the Fog got a
Yeah,
4.
that's shout. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
pretty
and I know
fancy.
that the Fog got a release in Studio Canal, I believe, in 4K before the Scream Factory 4K. I still believe that that's a standalone film that can get the Second Sight or Arrow treatment in a definitive version. I think the
I have the
Fog,
dead zone here.
the
Oh, it's not
4K.
4K.
Yeah, I've got
No,
that
it's
same
it's still
one.
in the wrap. It's still
Yeah,
wrapped too.
yeah, I got that same one. Nice release, but I honestly think the Fog. We know Day of the Dead. That goes without saying.
Well, yeah.
Fuck, I even think Return of the Living Dead, as much as I love the Scream Factory version of that, I think that could have a definitive version of its own as well. And that's what will end up
I
happening. I
agree.
think there's going to be these one-offs, and you're just going to be like, okay, how much is enough now?
Well, that's it. Now, do I want to buy the Carry Arrow? It looked bigger. It's got the thing. But are you saying that the transfer is that much better than Scream, or do you just like the
No,
packaging?
no, I like the packaging more. I like the pack. I didn't
Okay.
actually look at the Scream Factory when I watched this one. The Scream Factory one
Okay.
is still in the wrap because I had bought it, and then this one came out like a few months later. So then I bought this one, and then
That's like me with
I couldn't
Texas.
believe it. I thought I only had the Blu-ray. I'm like, what the fuck did I do? So this says 4K restoration from the original negative. So
Oh, so
it's
it's a
not saying
blue.
it's new. It's saying it's a 4K restoration, but is it an exclusive for Arrow, or did they take the Scream Factory one, or did they share the rights to it, or what? So that
So
part I
wait,
don't know.
is it a 4K or is it a blue that has 4K restoration?
No, it's a 4K. This is 4K.
Okay. Usually when you see restoration, okay, or maybe I'm confusing myself. Maybe I'm thinking transfer because you know how they restore 2K transfers and 4K transfers for other ones, but they're not 4Ks. Do you remember this
Yeah, oh,
little
yeah,
thing?
no, I've got that on. That's why
Yeah.
I'm blowout. My Criterion blowout is Blu-ray, but it's a 4K
Okay.
scan in Blu-ray. So
Scan.
then I'm like, and the Blu-ray is expensive, and the 4K is like $5 more. So I'm like, do I want to double dip and buy the 4K? Is it that much different? And all the reviews I say, oh, it's beautiful, but I want one that directly compares it because I'm like, am I going
Right.
to notice anything? Like, is it going to be that drastic? I understand it's brighter, but is it going to be that drastic? Same with, I love My Bloody Valentine. I got the 4K
Right.
scan, but I didn't double dip with the 4K. It's one of my favorite slashers. And here I didn't go buy it. But I want to know, is it that drastic of a difference from the
Gotta
4K
go on the
scan?
websites. Yeah, look on the websites. Go to blue.com.
I
Look
mean,
up
this
there.
does
That's what I
say,
go by, you know?
again, I'm double dipping on what it says here, but it says the right above it, it said restored in 4K from the original negative. This collector's edition provides a definitive release of a horror classic. So that alludes to the fact that it's this, they did
Right.
it for this release, but it doesn't
Okay.
specify that. It could easily have been
Right.
shared.
True. We got to check it out because I want that Gary too, but is it worth getting
The
it?
Rage?
But that's the connector. That's the collector's quandary. Yeah, the rage, the rage. You know. Okay. To this article, this is all slasher related, so I guess we can segue to slashers. Um,
Perfect.
I happened to come across this the other day, and it is with Maxxine ready to carve its name in Hollywood. The Hollywood Reporter ranks the best modern slasher films within the last 10 years. First of all, that is a problematic thing, and more on that later with Maxxine. Why anybody expected a slasher is beyond me, because even my dumbass, who isn't even on social media or very rarely, was seeing those articles calling it a freaking Jalo-esque mystery uh, crime thing. And I saw there was a big cast in it. And those things actually made me nervous because I'm thinking, well, how? What are they going to do? But we'll get
Yeah.
to it. So I don't understand, like people that were disappointed that were expecting a slasher. How did they not know this wasn't going to be a slasher? I knew it, and I'm not even on social media. But Mia was talking about it, and I was like, "Well, it's not going to be a slasher." But anyway, um, so this is their list, and I thought it was interesting. Um, it's 12 movies for whatever reason. All right,
Okay.
so let's just go through them quick. Number 12 is Sissy. I was
Interesting.
happy to see that. I was happy to
Yeah.
see that. 11, the Fear Street trilogy. That's fair. It's tough
Yep.
to put them somewhere, but I guess they got to be
You
together.
love that one too, or
And I
that
do love
trilogy
that one.
too.
Well, I was thinking about trilogies because of Maxxxine. We had the Fear Street trilogy, we have the Pearl trilogy or the X trilogy, and we have the only other modern trilogy I could think of that was actually a trilogy would have been Rob Zombie's. You know what I mean? With the Firefly family. Other than that, I'm not going to sit here and call something that has three movies and hasn't made a fourth yet a trilogy because it wasn't designed to be a trilogy where the other ones had a beginning and they had a wrap up at the end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But whatever. Okay, Fear Street trilogy. Number 10, Terrifier 2.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I have no problem with these being there so far. Now this is where I got a problem, but I guess maybe I'll watch it again. Number 9 is Freaky. So
Yeah.
Freaky.
I
Right.
mean, it's well loved.
I guess. Number 8 is Hellfest,
Oh,
which
I mean, I
I
really
think
like that. Yeah.
I do too, and I gotta watch it again. It's on my list again. I just haven't gotten to it this round. It hasn't come up on the thing yet, but yeah, I enjoyed it. Um, this is a big surprise. 7, Bodies, Bodies, Bodies.
Well,
Uh,
yeah. I'm a bit surprised about
surprising.
that too. Yeah.
Yeah. But okay. Number 6, The Strangers Pray at Night. Glad to see some
Perfect. Yes.
representation here. Yes,
Totally
because
agree
that
with
is a
that one.
really good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 5, and we were just talking about it, and it reminded me to put it back on my list because I'm gonna give it a second chance. The Ranger. The Ranger,
Interesting.
number 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, Number
Jen
4,
Wexler.
more on this later. Yep. In a Violent Nature, number 4. And we'll discuss that later. Uh, Number 3, Scream 6. Kind of odd, but okay. I
Yeah.
mean,
Like I said, I
I'm
liked it
fine
better
with
than
it.
5 myself, but like
I think I
it,
did too.
yeah. But again, both 5 and 6, I haven't been in a big rush to revisit. Even though even 6, I think, showed up on my big
No,
list further down the line, I think, but I haven't like I haven't jumped at wanting to check them out again. What is going on with my letterbox? I can't load much. I don't.
honestly, if Jenna wasn't in them, I wouldn't be in a hurry to go back either. I just like seeing Jenna on my screen. So whatever that is. Number 2, this is a nice surprise. Halloween Ends.
Interesting. Who wrote this
Wasn't
list?
expecting that. The Hollywood Reporter, but who is the actual author is Richard Newby. So, but he writes for a big place like the Hollywood Reporter. So that's kind of cool. Halloween Ends. So I dig that. And number 1, any guesses?
Again, this is from 2000, from what year on?
The last 10 years. The last 10 years.
Sick.
Nope.
That seems to be
No.
getting a lot of love somehow.
Something better than Sick. Now you like it
X.
and I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
X.
Yeah. Okay. That makes way more
X is number
sense. I
1.
forgot.
Yeah. That it does. I do like Sick though, now that you mentioned it, but yeah. So kind of an interesting list there that I saw. I was like, oh, okay, all right, I can
Yeah.
dig this. You know,
I've been seeing some
it all.
interesting lists as well that I've taken screenshots just to remind myself that, oh, check that out again. Like, did you have Wolf Creek 1 and 2 on your master list?
Uh, I don't know. I don't think I qualified them. You think I should qualify Wolf Creek as a slasher?
I mean, part 2
Do
for
you?
sure. Part one's a little bit different, but both of them are like almost self-described slasher movies. Like it's all like
Okay.
and like when you look at them categorized, they call them slasher horror. However,
Well,
Maxine is classified as slasher horror too, and that is definitely that that
it's
vibe
not
is
a
just
slasher.
still through and through. Like I mean, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's
So
not a
I mean,
slasher. Right.
yeah.
Correct. It's not a slasher. And right. Maybe I will add them. See, right now, I was just about to brag about how great things were going with my list now, and that I'm going like year by year through the 80s now in case there's some crazy gems I forgot, and I'm finding all these lists. But for all intents and purposes, right now, my list, because I was going to actually share it again to everybody and say, hey, listen, this is where it's supposed to be now. Right now, I have 223 movies on it. Okay. Not counting if I add Wolf Creek 1 and 2 now, because right now I have 58 movies left to watch. And I've recently added ones we've talked about. Night School, Hellbent, Evil Dead Trap 2, The First Power, American Gothic came up in conversation the other day, and The Ranger. So they are on the list. So I guess if I add Wolf Creek 1 and 2, now I'm back up to 60. Every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in. I can't
Well,
see, that's what I'm saying. I'm not in a hurry to freaking get there because as much as I'm watching, and we'll get to that in a minute, is a shitload. More keep making their way in, you know?
yeah,
So let's
and
see the Wolf
it,
Creek.
it could be argued. It could be argued, but I watched both Wolf Creek 1 and 2, and
Oh, are you going to talk about them tonight?
yeah, I'll talk. But the problem is
Okay.
I've watched so many, and we got to keep this moving to make sure that you can get going. I want to make sure we leave proper time for Maxine as well. So we
Oh,
might
we
want to
got
get
to.
into like our slashers for that
Yeah,
reason.
sure,
Um,
sure. Because I have, geez, how many do I have?
I can't even load Letterbox. I have to go to something else here. It's not loaded on my phone for whatever the fuck reason.
Oh boy.
Driving me crazy.
Let's see. How
So
many do I have? Oh, probably quite a few. What's the last one I talked about here? Dark Knight of the Scarecrow, or did I not talk about it?
you did talk about Dark Knight of the Scarecrow.
So that's where I
It might
ended.
be my internet. I don't know. Am I lagging on your end?
No, why?
Because
Was
I
I
can't
interrupting
load
you?
anything. I can't load a thing. It's on my tried on my computer, tried on my phone. It for whatever reason, or maybe it's Letterboxd. Can you load your Letterboxd?
Well, I'm not using my computer. I don't. I only use my phone when I'm on the computer. I don't even trust
No,
my
but I mean,
computer
can you
more
load
than.
Letterboxd on your phone? I can't.
Yeah, I
It
just
will
did it because
show up,
that.
and I bring up my lists,
Okay, hold on.
and it will show, and then I scroll down, and of course now it's working perfectly.
Atta boy. All
You
right.
motherfucks.
So now I got to go back to my count.
That's not working
Yeah, let me see
perfectly.
how many I
Sorry,
have.
not working
How many
perfectly.
do I have?
Stop
Here,
it.
okay. One, two, three. I'll just count out loud.
Oh,
4,
for fuck's sake.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I got 11 slashers. So there you go. That's a lot. And
Yeah,
now
we
my
probably won't talk
number,
about all those.
that's okay. No, and I can fly through some of them anyway. They'll just be like ones we talked about before. So right now my number is 142.
I'm 154.
Damn it, I'm gonna catch you, man. I
You
am.
are going to catch me at some point.
Got to.
I I watched like well on slashers. I think I got them all here. It was one, two, three, four, five, six. But I watched Perfect Blue because I hadn't seen that before,
Me neither.
and so I really enjoyed it. It was fantastic.
I always hear great things about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I watch and I can't bring my fucking phone up, so I can't tell you the other ones that are not slashers. But yeah, there was well Maxine I saw, of course, which we'll be talking about, and I revisited Darkman because that's what we were talking about on Pretty Bad Movie Gab,
Ah,
and a few other ones. But like I said, can't bring those up. But the slashers, yeah, there's six of them. Six, did I say?
I
Yeah,
think you did say 6.
yeah,
Yeah.
six.
Well,
But
that's good.
we can. What time do you have to go to the movies tonight?
Oh, dude, not until 10.
Oh, okay. So we got some time. We got some time.
I got
I
plenty
just,
of
I
freaking
also have to
time.
just be cautious of the time because I
Yeah.
came right from there to here,
Right.
didn't really eat. So I'm going to, that's why I had
Ah,
this like kind of caffeine jolt.
I didn't either. I just grabbed something right now, but I could, I figured I can run and grab something if I need to. But whatever.
But
We'll do the best we can.
what is
Whatever.
your first one?
Well, you may as well talk about this since you've already seen it. The first one was In a Violent Nature. And
Ooh, yeah. What did you think?
let me tell you something about In a Violent Nature. I watched the movie, and my first takeaway. These are my first notes on it. Oh, why you little? Hold on, the thing started all over again. Hold on, nature. I got to do a search. Okay, my first question was, why is it being filmed this way? I feel like I need a 1.25 here, and I didn't have it. Um, then at first I was like, okay, that's a cool
Yes and
idea, but
yes.
how
Yeah.
could he breathe? Was my question. But again, that really wasn't it. A bit too broad daylight and too close proximity for me. That was the first kill. Um, so this is what I said. 14 minutes in, I'm burned out on the walking. I did like the campfire story. Good kill. Nice try with the CGI. Not sure why he took the body to that place. Maybe just to give him a mask. I didn't understand that part
Yeah.
because why is he dragging this guy? I thought maybe he had a place to store him, like Jason style, in a shack, and he was going to put them all there.
Like
But
I
I'm like,
told
why
you,
did he just take
they
this one?
missed
And
they missed a perfect opportunity to do exactly what you're talking about. String them up in a tree to scare someone
true.
later, store them up, happy birthday to me style for the like someone to come across. Like they missed so many opportunities.
Well, that's not his MO though. See, this is the way I look at it. So ultimately,
It's my ammo as a fucking movie watcher for entertainment purposes, and to say, oh, that's cool. That is taking the idea and running, full tilt boogie with it instead of kind of half-assing it.
I understand what you're saying. That your idea would that would be a good idea to show, but they didn't really care about doing so. This movie just wanted to highlight stalking and killing, and to me that's okay. So, well, let me just say, the first time I saw it, I walked away feeling there was some things I really liked. There was other stuff I didn't care for. I certainly didn't like what happened in the last 15 minutes. It was just a waste of time. And I thought there was too much walking around, and I was burned out by it. That's how I felt after the first time. Then after I let it sit a couple days, I found myself thinking more and more about the movie. And when it was coming up and I was seeing it and everything else, I was like, man, I feel like I want to watch this movie again. So I went back, and I got to tell you, I had a much better time with it the second time because I knew what I
Really?
was getting into. And I will tell you this movie here, I even set a timer because I wanted to see exactly how much walking around he did where he was going nowhere. I don't count the walking. The walking that I loved is when he is outside the freaking cabins and this and that, and you hear the people inside and he's stalking them and he's walking out. It almost reminds me of that little scene in part two when Jason has the sack and he's walking around with the freaking, see the shadow of the pitchfork in that. I really appreciated what a killer is going to do, walking back and forth and plotting out what he's. This is the stuff I want to see. Not so I don't count that stuff as walking around. The timer I gave was when he was just walking like video game style,
Yeah.
which that was too much for me. It comes up being that. It was 14 minutes,
Almost
55
15
seconds.
minutes of the
So
fucking
almost
movie.
15 minutes. So here's what I believe. I believe if you cut that in half, if you take that 15 minutes and maybe just make it 7 minutes of him walking around, right? And then you end the movie at the hold on, where's my hold
Before it
on.
shifts
I
to the
know
final
hold
girl.
on. I must have taken notes twice on this movie because I know I have other ones that have different notes in it. So give me a second. I'm sorry. I thought it was here. Something seemed um off, but I know, son of a, okay, violent nature.
Well,
But I know
well,
that I, go
sorry.
ahead.
No, I didn't know you were still going to talk. I thought you were looking for your notes, so I was going to try to fill in the void.
No, because there was this scene, and I'm pretty, oh, here it is. Maxxine. Okay. So I do have new notes. Okay, I added them. So what happened was this. Um, I thought about it at 1 hour and 15 in. I didn't miss the soundtrack. I didn't even think about it, and I was okay with
Wow.
that. Yeah, I
I
didn't even
really missed
realize
it.
it until 1 hour and 15. I was like, oh, wow. Okay, so this is cool. There wouldn't be a soundtrack, and that's fine. You're following the killer. It's not about that. But
Why wouldn't
the
there be a soundtrack? It's still a movie.
yeah, but
It's
it's
still
just
cut
taking
and
the point of
edited.
view
I
of this
know, but
killer. I understand, but I'm just saying if you're going to do it in a movie, this is the time to do it because they're not presenting it in a normal movie. They're presenting it as what the killer's seeing and experiencing. But either way, uh, if they had a soundtrack, I wouldn't have minded it either. But I'm saying I didn't mind that it wasn't there. I didn't realize the lack of it because it was the gimmick. But anyway, this is what I wrote. I didn't miss the soundtrack, just thought about it an hour, 15 minutes in. Movie should end at the 1 hour and 17-minute mark. That's when it should have ended until the muffling effect ends. Go right to black screen and credit. Because at the hour and 17 mark, you get that scene when the girl comes out and picks her up, and then it's muffled at first and she's talking to her, and then all of a sudden the sound comes in and she hears what she's saying. Right then and there, boom, should have gone black screen and taken that. If you could remove, then this is it. 16 insufferable minutes.
yep.
Minutes.
I wanted to leave the theater at that point. And it's Vicky from fucking Friday 2.
Uh,
Oh, I hated that whole scene in that car.
I didn't realize.
That's what
Okay.
dragged me fucking down. I was kind of on board, a little
Terrible.
bored, and that was terrible. It was terrible.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Maybe if I saw it at a theater, I would have a different takeaway. But watching it at home, I was just like, yeah, I didn't know it was bad until the end. I was like, is it going to lead to something or not? But this is my note: 16 insufferable minutes. Oh, well, okay, that's being a little dramatic. 16 minutes of wasted time, but it's insufferable as an artistic choice would be a better way to say it. There's
Yeah.
no way, no reason to do that. But let me say what I like because there was a lot that I like. It's like I said, I like the campfire story. I like the kids. It's old school. They got good kills. Um, made for a nice visual when he took the body to that place to give him the mask and all that. And so it was the firefighter mask they put on it. See, I didn't like the mask the first time, but I didn't realize that was the mask they put on him when he freaking accidentally died. So that actually works out that he would be attracted to that. To me, that's cool. This is definitely that stuff when he walks in the lake is
Yeah.
awesome. When he walks in and then he just comes up at the end and kills the one girl, it is so well played and looks so good. And definitely, this is Jason in every way. And I'm watching
Yeah.
this and I'm like, um, another great looking kill. Probably the highlight was that big one. I think they could have, maybe it goes a bit too far, but damn it, it's worth it overall. I'll say that. I appreciate the nice looking shots. I appreciate her being kicked off the side of the freaking thing. And it played out so well with her pick being taken and Johnny in the background later. We get just what we need to get. See, usually I don't want to see all this other shit that goes on in the movies. I just want to see people get killed and give me the bare minimum. And they gave me the bare minimum. Campfire story. These are the kids. This is how they found out because there was a picture. Somebody goes missing. Boom. The kills were great. Um, I just there's a couple things I didn't like. I didn't understand why he subdued that one cop. Like, what did he do? Break his back, like Friday 6 style? He was on top of him, but he
Yeah.
kept him alive, and then it led to something amazing. But the guy couldn't sell it because he was out of it. Why would you?
He
It is
he
so
he
good.
he uh he broke his spine to make him immobile so that he could bring him there and drag us out in that lingering death scene that was just that machine noise that took over the
Uh,
soundtrack for like 5 fucking minutes as he played around with the guy and killed him. And I'm not saying it was bad. I liked it, but I was annoyed about the machine noise. I was annoyed at the way it was filmed. I was annoyed by a lot of it. But at that point, I was still on board. I'm just in retrospect. I tried to go back to watch this again. it would have been nefariously because I saw this in the theater, and it's a Shutter movie. I've got Shutter, but it's not on Shutter yet. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not renting it again. I just fucking saw it, so I was gonna watch it through a streaming service, and ultimately, I put it on, and I was about 2 minutes in. I said, "Fuck this." I turned it off.
Wow.
I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, the second view really changed things for me. I had one feel
Yeah.
after the first one, then I watched it the second time, and then I still don't like that. Why? It was a great scene. I didn't think about the noise, but when they cut off the hand and then cut the head off of the guy, I thought it was great, but he couldn't sell it. I want to see somebody screaming when that's going on. I still appreciate what you're doing, but that was a bad choice. Why subdue him and take him there? Just freaking grab him there, knock him the whatever. This guy's strong enough to do it. Take him over there and then cut his limbs off. So I don't know why that decision was made. I can still appreciate it though. It was cool. There was another nice kill with overkill. There was overkill, but I loved it. I appreciated that. I just don't understand a couple things like the end. Why did he continue to beat that guy when that girl was there, and not go after her as the final girl? Because she had the medal on, but so that was a question. But again, ultimately, I
The
love
shift
the
to her
kills.
perspective didn't drive you nuts. I thought that was a
No,
total
that was
misstep.
cool. Oh,
Oh,
really?
I hated it.
You
I
don't want to
hated it.
shift it to a freaking girl running away, a potential final girl from a killer? I think that's a
Well,
great idea.
if they were going to shift it, they got to do a better job of doing it. That was horrible, horrible from
Oh,
a
wow.
filmmaking standpoint. Horrible from an editing. I hate. You know what?
Wow.
I took it down because I said I would want to see that again, so I was hovering. But no, I tried to watch it again, so now it goes down to a 5.5 because I never
Wow.
want to watch it again.
It's too bad because I got a lot out of it the second time. I really appreciated all of it. And I was thinking, I wish if another Friday the 13th movie came out and this was just Jason and it was Jason
Don't say
and
it.
he came up, I think people would be freaking blowing it. I really do. I think I would love to
Well,
have
that's what
another
it
Friday
is.
the 13th
I said this
be
was Friday
like
the 13th,
this.
the video game, not the movie name, though. Like they couldn't use the title. So that's exactly what you gave you. My favorite kill in the movie is actually not the one that everybody raves about, because I do think there was a weird hesitation right before it. I'm not saying it was bad. It was good. It delivers. But my favorite kill is the one that goes the overhang, bird's eye view shot, looking down at him. The camera's following him over, and he
Oh, I
takes that
love that. The
rock
two
and
people.
fucking,
Yes.
yeah, beautiful.
Loved it.
That's the best kill in the movie for me. And the only reason the
Yep.
other one with the machinery with the arm and whatever it goes on for so fucking long, and the machine noise is annoying. And
I didn't
that's a me
realize that.
problem. That's just a me
Wow.
thing.
Okay.
Again, I'm
It
just giving
happens.
you my beefs. But that over like I full like that was awesome. I popped at that. So did the other two people that were in the theater, like I said, that saw it with me. We all like that one.
Well, I'll tell you what, when all is said and done, I came up. This movie could be great. It would be great if they took half of the freaking video game walking around and just didn't do that last thing in the last freaking 15-minute conversation. Of course, you have to judge for what you got, but it's still enough for me to really appreciate what we have here. And I end up giving it a half-head explosion at the end of the day.
Ooh.
So I'm up on it. Didn't it? Again, the first time I watched it, it was a mild rumble. Then I couldn't stop thinking about it for some reason. Then I wanted to go back, and the second time I was like, okay, aside from this and this, the actual stalking, slashing parts are great. This is kind of like what I always wanted to see. Less about all the BS, just give me the kills and give me the killer. And we got that. And for that reason, I was happy. But
Well, that's cool. That's cool. I wish I could be there with you, but I'm not.
it happens, brother. It happens. I was surprised, believe me. Yep.
Well, that's good. It's always good to be surprised. I seem to be the what. No, you know what? Though heard a
No,
lot of people.
it's
I heard
mixed.
a lot of people hate it, but I don't understand people that love it. Like love it. Like I just I'm like
Well,
I don't I just don't get it.
is it in the top 10 slashers of the last 5 years? Um,
Oof.
I don't know, maybe. But even if it is, I mean, big deal. I'm not saying I put it up on the level of, but
Shit.
then again,
I'm gonna put
dude,
bodies,
what?
bodies, bodies above this. I'm kidding.
Well, yeah, I get that, and I understand people having
I'm
that
kidding.
gripe. because at first that's how I felt. But I'm just going to shut it off at the freaking hour 17 mark. That's it. The movie ends for me there next time I watch it. Well, I can't because I got to show it to my friends and explain why it sucks. But moving forward, after that, I'll just end the movie right there. Fuck it. It's over. There's nothing else I need to see. That's fine with me. But, um, what was I going to say about it? Oh, look, here's what I don't get. People love everything. And what I'm seeing is when I've been hearing people talk about their ratings lately because of the X trilogy, and they say, yeah, I rate this, this, and this. And I see people rating X like a 10 out of 10. And don't get me wrong, I love X too. I just don't think that any modern slashers are on the level of a My Bloody Valentine or a Friday the 13th or a Halloween. I just don't. I think that they're very good, great. I just can't give these movies a 10. I think X is great, but is X really that much better than like Dream Home? I don't know. I think I like them pretty much equally in a way. I don't know. So a lot of people rate these 10s for these modern slashers, and I'm just like, I don't know. To each their own, of course. But I mean, I can't do that. I can't tell you the last time I saw a slasher and gave it a 10.
Well, I like X and Pearl were very close. I said like they're in the 9.5 to 10 range for me. So I'm one of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you really think X is comparable? It's a great slasher. You think that that compares to the other movies you've given 10s and 9.5s to in the slasher genre up until now? Like to me,
Yeah.
what is so
Well,
special
it's
about it?
weird because in one way it's got a better cinematography than some of them. It's got
Better made, okay.
better made.
Sure.
It's got
That's
some
fine.
better gore. Uh
Good gore.
so yeah, I mean it's it's difficult because when you do that and you say that, it's like my joke about just saying in a violent nature, oh, I put bodies over that. Funny enough, I think I rate them very similar, but I probably would give the edge in this case in the violent nature, quite frankly.
Good. I'm
I
glad to hear that.
yeah, I mean bodies, as we both discussed, like was kind of a
Well,
massive
I like them
disappointment.
both.
But
Okay.
the yeah, I'm just it's funny. Both Skin of a Rink was Canadian and In Violent Nature was Canadian. Everybody thinks I always blow Canadian movies, and I hated Skin of a Rink. I didn't
Right.
hate In a Violent Nature, but it's close. It's getting it's getting close. It's
That's weird to me
I didn't
as a slasher fan. It
yeah,
really
well, because
is.
there wasn't enough. It was enough like it
It,
was too like the slasher kills were decent enough, but
they
the
were
in
great.
between was brutal.
I would rather watch the kills from In a Violent Nature than Terrifier. How about that? I think they're better kills. They look better.
Ooh.
And I think again, okay, why is X a freaking 9 or 10, but Terrifier isn't?
Well,
To
I did
you,
have
I'm saying.
I had Terrifier, both of them rated pretty high.
But like 9 or 10 area? Like all
Yeah.
time freaking greatest slashers?
Yeah, if you look
Okay.
back at the show, both of them made my top tens, and both of them were rated pretty high. Yeah.
I can't give a slasher modern day over a 9 that I think I've seen. As much as I've loved some. X, Strangers Prey at Night, the Fear Street trilogy. There have been ones that I've loved. And what else we were just talking. I haven't been like
I keep arguing
blown
it's the
away.
nostalgia factor. You can't
Maybe
compete.
it
You just
is.
can't compete with a movie that instilled your love for horror and you've grown up with and watched like throughout. So it's just stuck with you. Some
Well,
people let it go. When I was up at the cottage, did I tell this story the last time we watched Friday the 13th Part 5? Did I tell you this? We
I
all
don't think
loved it.
so.
It was so fun to watch. It was a
It is
quick
fun to
watch,
watch,
and they're
especially with the
like,
crowd.
yeah, and we were just like we were having a good time with it. We were just like, this is a lot of fun. And then we put on like some other movie, like a comedy the next night, and everybody was like, this is dragging and boring. And we flipped the
Mm.
movie a couple of times. Like it just, I don't know. It's something
Well,
to be
look at it
said.
this
It's just
way,
like an innocence there, and we grew up with them. So
right?
we
But
hold them. And nostalgia is very difficult. Some people say they can
it
separate
is.
it. I can't. I can't. I have changed it for certain movies, like a lot of Wes Craven films, as I've discussed on the show before. And I've suddenly like come from Wes Craven being one of my favorite directors to like I don't really give a shit about his filmography other than like a handful of movies, uh, and and whatnot, and being a more of an apologist back in the day. Now just say no, they're fucking. There's a lot of stinkeroos.
Well, true, but let me look at it this way. Like 20 years from now, are people going to see X is kind of a poor example because it's a trilogy now, and I think it is going to get more popular as time goes on as a trilogy. But let's say it wasn't a trilogy. Let's just say X was just this great slasher. Okay. Do you think 20 years from now, people are going to be talking about X and Strangers Pray at Night the way they talk about freaking the original Fridays or My Bloody Valentine or Halloween or any of them? I just, it doesn't seem to me like they're going to go down like that. Like even My Bloody Valentine, I didn't see when I was a kid. I didn't see that till I was way in, like I think like 30, and I loved it. Okay, especially when the Gork. So that isn't nostalgia. Yes, it's a bit of nostalgia because I like the time period it was filmed. But it's just like I can watch an old movie from back in the day, like maybe I give The Prowler an 8 or something like that, and it's great. I don't know. I'm just trying to. I can't see rating certain movies that high. It just seems weird to me. Like, okay, just answer that question. Do you think 20 to 30 years from now, people are going to talk about X as an all-time great slasher the way they talk about the other ones I talked about?
Yes.
Okay. See, I don't think they will, but maybe, and I have no problem if that's it. I love X. I just feel like those other ones are, I can't explain it. I can't even, maybe it is nostalgia too. No one's immune to it, I guess. I just don't, even like modern horror, you know how long it's tough for me to put like The Witch on my all time, but it is now. But it's just tough. It takes me like, I think I have to spend more time with it.
Well,
But how can it just be nostalgia? If I thought Jason Lives was a 6 or 7 out of 10 the first time I saw it, that's not nostalgia now. You know what I'm saying? I look back at it now, my views are pretty much the same, but I don't love it because I saw it when I was a kid.
well, I mean, I've gone the other way. Halloween 3 and Sleepaway Camp 2 that I notoriously dis detested back in the day. I really enjoy now. Really
Me
enjoy.
too. Right.
And then there's like then it goes the other way. Like I said, with some less Craven ones, like Shocker, Deadly Friend,
Yeah.
whatever it may be. Like if there's they just like stinkeroos. But hey, we talked a long time about In a Violent Nature, gang.
Yeah.
Again, my
Let's
fault.
fly.
So we're
We'll
gonna,
fly.
but we won't go through all of them. But I'm glad we talked about that. I'm glad
No.
you liked it. I just not I don't know. I feel like nowadays, like we I don't think it was as different as everybody's fucking making it seem to be, especially if you're a video game player. If you watched anybody play the Friday the 13th game or Dead by Dawn, Daylight or whatever the fuck it's called, then
That's
you've
the
seen the
problem.
movie. Yeah.
It's too video gamey, but the kills are great, and I like the other stuff. I like the kids. I like the other setup. I like seeing this big guy going around killing people. It's kind of like what I always wanted to see. But I don't think it's like revolutionary. I think it's a cool idea. I also think it would be better for as a 1 hour and freaking 10-minute movie.
Oh, absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
think it'd be
And
great. I think if it was that long and they did what I said, cut out the last freaking 15 minutes entirely and cut the walking in half, like I said, this could be like a 9 out of 10 for me. That's how high I could be on it.
oh,
Yeah. Could be if those things were taken away, but those are two big things. It's 15, that's 22 minutes of a movie. So I mean, but I think everything else was great to see.
I'm not gonna I'm just gonna
But
mention
anyway.
this one. I'm not gonna talk about it because you did this the other week, but I watched The Outing or The Lamp.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you know what? I liked it. It was fun. I thought, it's goofy, but it's got some charm to it. It's got
Hmm.
a decent enough look. The monster's absolutely crazy looking, the genie when it comes out, or the djinn or whatever.
It's
But
cool.
but
Yeah.
I liked it. It was like the kids were likable enough. There's a couple of decent effects. It's fun. It was on Shutter. Totally fun to just check your brain and enjoy it. It was much more enjoyable than I was expecting it to be. I'd seen it way back when, but I remembered it when you had mentioned it, but I couldn't remember like, different plot
Right.
devices or whatnot. I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but I just wanted to say I saw it and I enjoyed it.
No.
So that was it. One that I will talk about that I've never seen before that I wanted to see. I remembered seeing the cover box way back when. It was on Tubi. It's Hack-O-Lantern. Did I talk about this the last show?
Oh boy.
Did I talk about
Uh,
this the last show? I can't
no,
remember.
no, 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 no. I remember Hack-O-Lantern.
Oh
No, no.
man. Well, the name is stupid. Um, and
It's so bad it's good, dude. It's so bad it's good. It's hysterical.
the movie
For that, yeah, for
or
that
the name?
reason, I love it. For so
Yeah,
bad it's good. No, the movie, dude.
yeah.
Watch the freaking if you can get
Oh,
it.
it's on
Watch the
Tubi.
thing we did.
It's on Tubi. Fucking watch it because what I liked, with the fucking crazy part that I liked about it is another one. I'm not blowing it. It is a so bad it's good, as you just said,
It
is the
really is.
extent that they do the Satan stuff. It's like people that know
Yes.
nothing about Satan that are just like throw the devil horns up and then like we'll touch each other like this as if we're transferring the power or whatever like
Awesome.
that. It's so fucking batshit. But there's kind of a although it's not well made, it's better made than I was expecting it to be. Like there seemed to
Hmm.
be like a little bit more attention given to it, but it's again by no means good, but it's so bad it's good for
Right on.
sure.
You're the devil's son, son,
You-
son. That shit's great, man. It's so bad. We did a commentary, drunken commentary. I don't even know if it could be found anymore. It was me, Matt, and Jamie a couple years back. Although I guess something is off with it with the sound, like it's delayed a little bit when we're talking as to what's on the screen. But I've never listened back to it. But I know I was never so drunk in my life doing anything on a podcast as doing that. So I would like to go back and listen if I could, but I don't know if it's available or not. But yeah, that's crazy shit. Okay, here's one. It first time watch. It's called They're Playing with Fire, 1984. Have you seen this one?
no.
Okay, it's quite interesting when you look at the cover. It looks like some type of sex comedy or some weird thing. Sybil Danning's in it, looking all sexy
Sybil
and stuff, and
Danning.
yeah, she's the cool and pretty teacher, and she invites this one student she has to a boat to seduce him, and
Is
then
she on the
offers him a
cover?
loan. Yeah,
Is she on the cover art? Sybil
yeah,
Danning?
that's what I
I
said.
okay, sorry. I gotta look at the cover art. I think I know the
Yeah,
movie,
look
but
at
I've
it.
never seen it.
Joey's in there from Friday 5. He's one of the classmates because they're college kids. And this girl seduces him, and she's also dating or married to someone else that they know, the teacher or the principal or something or what have you. And we have a group of friends. I'm thinking they're eventually going to be slashed. They got stuff going on. There's a mystery. 26 minutes left, and you're like, what the hell? And the thing is, this woman and this man, they want to kill off his mother and grandmother, I believe is what it is, because they will inherit. He will inherit everything they have. So she's been married to him all this time, waiting for this inheritance, and they're still living. They're not dying. So anyway, um, the girl hires one of her students to go in there and do something, and there ends up being an act. Somebody ends up killing the freaking grandmother, and he was just supposed to go there and scare him. Somebody else entirely kills them. So now the guy's mad. The girl's what's going on, this and that. There's all type of who did what and everything
Guy's
else,
mad.
and it's a mystery, you know. And
Oh, my grandma's dead.
and Joey actually says, "Hey, forget it," like he says in freaking
Oh
"Forget
my,
it, Vic. Just forget it." Oh, it's great. So Joey's one of the
the
kids
guy
in
that
there.
can't let that role go.
I know it's
Did he do
funny.
the
So
same thing and
anyway,
people laugh?
I don't know. Maybe I should look into that again. Oh, but there was like 26 minutes left and not a lot of kills happening. Okay, what's going to happen here? And we have this group of friends guessing they're going to be slashed. Then we get a surprise Christmas Santa kill out of nowhere, which was cool. And our lead is named Joey too, which is kind of weird, but they call him Joey. I call him Joey because of what do you call it? But the lead's guy's name is Joey. Anyway, so now there's this one scene that pisses me off because we have the rug pulled up. There's like three people there, and literally someone's about to be killed, and they leave the house where the killer is, and everything's going to happen, and they don't get killed. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So that kind of sucked. Do you have three kids arrive at the house and then have them leave? You're thinking they're
So
going
is
to
it
get
a
killed once they
slasher?
get there. Yeah, but it's not traditional. But yeah, so I had to hang in to see who the killer is. It was an interesting reveal. Maybe one line earlier should have led me to figure it out. It was a cool little fake out, an interesting idea. A reveal comes in, you're like, oh, wait a minute, okay, something doesn't make 100% sense with the reveal though, and I can't say it, and it's too bad because ultimately it's a good story, and it's so close, but it comes up a little short. But it's different. It's another one of these slasher, not traditional slashers, but that I'm glad to have been going through this whole experience and checking out these ones I haven't seen before.
Yeah.
And it's something I want to pass on to others. If you haven't seen it, see the movie. It's not going to make my list. It's a mild rumble, but I liked it. So that's it. They're playing with fire. It might not be easy to get, but that's the one.
I'm gonna do a double whammy here, and I'll
Do it up.
talk about them in together because it's Wolf Creek 1 and 2. So it makes
Nice.
sense. Obviously I've seen these before. They will count, but there is a TV show that could have fucked it up because part 3 is announced, but it's been announced forever. And it says in pre-production, but it's never gone anywhere. So fuck it. Since it's not out and there's just these two movies and a TV show, it's
Right.
still in the running for our slasher thing. And
Guess you're
it's one of
correct then. Yeah. Shit.
it kind of both of them are great. One I think might
Okay.
be scarier, uh, but two is somewhat more enjoyable for me. It's a bigger budget. It's gorier. He's
Mhm.
crazier. We get to know the killer a bit more, which some people might not like. There's an element of comedy put in, but it's kind of a sadistic comedy. So
Agreed. Yep.
that makes it work. And
Yes.
I felt myself in the character's shoes more in part 2 as opposed to part 1, where it's like, get the, like, when you know, like, you're like, get out of there. Like that hostile
Right.
feeling where you're just like, come on, get out, come on, go, go, go. I'm like, holy shit, I haven't done that in a while. And I forgot about that. The end of part 2 might leave a little bit to for desire because there's like, I guess, no climatic battle. There's a climatic chase, but there's maybe no climatic battle. And it might
Hmm.
feel like it's a little too similar to the ending of part 1, but then you kind of feel like that's his MO. And admittedly, I've never seen the show, but I
Right.
remember, I think it was
Me
Jason
neither.
Lloyd mentioned that it was good. It lived up to the movie. I think it was him. Going by my memory
Maybe.
now, it's
I
been
think so.
quite a few years. So I would love to check that out if I can find out where it is. I haven't really researched it, to be honest. Just watched these the other night. And both of them are great. Both Wolf Creek 1 and 2 are great. They'll probably show up on my social list. I'm just trying to be hesitant of putting a
Nice.
part 1 and 2 of things on there, but there's a few
What are you
of
gonna
these
do? Yeah.
that I'm kind of high on that are part 1s and 2s. And
Sure.
so the edge, the reason I like part 2 or part 1 is at the time it was filmed on video, filmed on digital, but it doesn't look like the modern digital movies. You watch part 1, it is on Tubi, I believe. Um, Almost positive it was on Tubi. Might have been on Prime. I can't
Okay.
remember now. But check
I'll
it,
find
like
out.
watch it out. When you look at it, I've got them too. I've got um, and I don't know what it is. It's the look of part 1. It was DV cam, so that's digital. So it was filmed on
Hmm.
digital, but it's still like, compare that to what you see nowadays. If I didn't tell you it was digital, you might not even remember. You wouldn't even think twice about it. You probably think it was shot on film.
Right. I
That's
buy that.
that's just, but I remembered that aspect of it because that was what kind of wanted to get me into it. And I remember there being a lot of negativity. I remember Ebert hated it, gave it a 0 and said this crossed the line and it was kind of
Damn.
worthless. I think he had to stick up his ass when he watched the movie because uh, there's so much, like, he's personable. The kids are likable. You follow this one girl and you think she's going to be a hero, only to get the rug pulled from under you. And then the whole thing kind of goes. You follow the other one, you're like, okay, here's where we're going. Nope, that changes, and then it shifts gears a few times. So it's a little episodic, which is probably why it works. As I think each episode of the TV show is him stalking somebody else, which kind of works because the second movie is very much
Yeah,
like that too, where the
that's
second movie
cool.
kind of shifts gears. You start with that opening scene with the cops, which is fantastic. Then you follow that. I think it's the German couple, and then that leads into the guy that we follow for the rest of the movie. But if you haven't watched these in a bit, revisit them. If you've never checked them out, definitely check them out. They're slasher, but not traditional because you know who the killer is. Kind of like well, once you get introduced to him, and then obviously it's not like he's hiding behind a mask or whatnot. So this is just kind of maybe that's why it's not a traditional slasher, but
Right.
it's definitely
That's
slasher
okay
enough in
though.
the way
Right.
that he stalks and kills and hunts, and essentially stops at nothing to hunt his prey.
Sweet. I haven't seen the second one since it came out, but I did enjoy it, and I've seen the first one a couple times. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to add them again and watch them again. Like I said, they keep getting added, and then I forget about something, and then I add it later. I'm like, oh yeah, what about this movie? And then it just,
yeah.
So I'm still trying to go through other ones and put, but that's cool. So I'm gonna try to go through this one quick because I talked about it last year of the slasher, and nothing really changed. I don't think. Maybe I went up a tiny bit, but it's not making the list. But it's the Slayer.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I
I
wanna I
want.
wanna highlight the cool little opening title card because it's such an underappreciated part of 1980s slashers in particular. It was so great when those freaking slashers started and they had a freaking logo, they had a font, and things sometimes
Yeah.
blood would drip like on My Buddy Valentine or different. Such a freaking they don't do this anymore. And somebody, see, son of a bitch, that's what somebody has to do that wants to make a movie like an 80s slasher, even if they don't want to set it in the 80s, but they want it to feel like
Was
that.
it
Why don't we get that?
All the Boys Love Mandy Lane?
Oh, I haven't seen
I
it again
think
this
I
time
think
around yet.
that one did
Nice.
something with the title that was very reminiscent of an 80s slasher, even though the rest of the
Cool.
movie really isn't. Like they have the opening scene, it's kind of cool, and then like that the way the title comes in, the opening scene, but then the rest of the movie starts kind of out like it could be, and then it's a different movie altogether.
Okay,
But
but it's on my list, so I'm assuming it's a slasher. I've only seen it
yeah,
once, but I want to see it
no, no,
again. But
you could
we'll
definitely
see.
fit it as a slasher, no question. Like it checks all the boxes for slasher. I think now it'll just get a more of a weird rap because Amber Heard and what she's gone through, but you can't deny the fact that she's super attractive and
Oh
the
yeah,
the draw to one of the draws to this movie. But
damn,
that
right? She
title
was
at the
something.
beginning, very reminiscent of early 80s slasher. Sorry, hiccups.
Well, I'm looking forward to when I get there. Awesome. Okay, so anyway, this Slayer, these people go on a trip. It's two couples. It's older couples, like 30s. You know what I mean? Upper 20s, lower 30s. So you don't see that a lot. And the main girl is this pretty redhead girl. She it's weird because she painted a building. She's a painter, and she painted a building that she'd never been to that island before, but ended up painting it.
Yeah.
We get a storm warning. They're going to be stuck there longer than they wanted to be. Some marital drama between both of the couples. Um, Couple of cool guys, creative kill, lots of blood dripping. Our lead struggling with dreams. There's things going on with her. She knows where her
Too
boyfriend got
much.
killed. She has some type of powers. There's a lot of walking around though. It gets a little slow. There's a good kill where
Atmospheric
a guy
though.
gets, yes, atmospheric. Fair
Yeah.
enough. The guy gets killed by a hook. I think it's much better than freaking the stuff you saw in Blood Hook. It was like a slow agonizing drag on a fish hook. It was good.
Yeah.
It was a good pitchfork kill and a small chase before. 18 minutes of final girl for the most part. At one point, she just like, just stay awake. That's all you have to do. So it's different because when she was going to sleep, she was having these dreams. There's this other stuff going on, and then this is what I like. Little thing. She burns herself to stay awake long before the girl did it in Friday the 13th 3. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Nightmare
But
3. Yeah.
yeah,
I'm just saying
Nightmare 3.
it. I only say it because people are going to be
Right,
yelling.
right. Jeez.
Yelling. You'll never hear the end of it.
But the way it ends, it's an up my alley type of end. There's certain movies that do this and they have to do with like predestination, and that thought always scares me. And the way they wrap it up, it's probably a cheap cherry on top to some people, but I think it works well and I dig it. Not making the list, half head explosion, but worth your time.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. Do you want to do one more each
Um,
before we get into the main event, or do you want to get into the main event?
no, I'll just, yeah, I guess I can save the others for next time.
Or do you
Okay.
want to do, we could do two more each if you want, if you think we've got
Yeah,
time.
I'll do them the best I can just because I have so many. I don't want to forget.
Okay. Well,
You know?
I'll do, I watched The Boogeyman, not the one from, not the sequel that I still have to watch that you loved from 2007, I believe, but the original 1981.
1980? Okay, there
Yeah.
you go. Cool.
Again, I believe on Shutter, so I was going through that Shutter or Tubi. It seems like I just jump between the two. I start getting them blurred together sometimes. Just one doesn't have
Fair.
commercials. Anyway, uh, I enjoyed this. I saw this. I feel like I saw this a long time ago. I didn't remember much about it. I remembered the mirror. It's kind of a supernatural slasher that steals little elements. Like the house looks like it's from Amityville. There's like a priest that shows up at the end, but it's very like little. There's a weird like the weird flashback sequence with the beating and the killing is bizarro, and the mirror traps the evil and it comes back. It's all serviceable. The movie looks good, but it's rather silly. It's kind of silly, but it's worth checking out. I mean, I was enjoying the cinematography. I was enjoying the low budget feel, but it didn't feel cheap. It felt like it was well made. It felt like they knew how to use the budget and how to actually make a movie. So I give it credit. There seemed to be some talent behind the camera, and
Mhm.
the acting was decent enough, and it was kind of creepy. Um, like everything we talked about, maybe overstated welcome a little too much. It felt like you know, we always say, "Oh, add a few more kills," and then this movie
Right.
does it, and it feels like it's tagged on because
Uh,
the sun's. I don't know if you remember, the son catches the piece of mirror. It's on the bottom of his shoe, and they go fishing, the mom and him, and then there's like a couple across the lake, two couples across the lake, and his shoes up, and the sun catches the glitter, and it's reflecting across the lake, and then suddenly those guys get killed across the lake. So I'm like,
eh,
great, because I love an extra body count, but it just felt like really like that feels
hmm,
wedged. that
fair.
but I'll take it because I like an extra body count. But so that's
Yeah.
the problem. I always, we complain. I get it. I'm complaining. Fucking, I'm an asshole. What can I say? But ultimately, I'm complaining in jest. I didn't really care. I don't really care. I enjoyed the movie. It was fun. I don't know if I ever have to watch it again. It was a kind of like hovering between a mild rumble and a half head. I enjoyed my time with it, but I'm fine ever to see it again. But it was cool. It was good.
Right on. I quite liked it when I watched it for the 1980 show for 22 shots, and I haven't seen it since. And it's on my list of, the 60 or whatever that are still going to come up on my random. So I will get to it again, but I quite liked it. So we'll see what happens the second time around.
Yeah.
And it was weird because I remember I was like the only one that liked it, I thought. But I could be wrong, but I'm curious to see it again.
Oh, I figured Dave Parker would like this one for
Actually,
some
he,
reason.
he he didn't like it as much as I did, I thought. But I could be wrong.
Okay.
I could be wrong about that. I thought he
I feel
didn't
like
like it.
I feel like I
Huh.
listened to that show and I don't remember anybody, but again, anybody's
Yeah, I
thoughts
don't
on it.
know.
But
Yeah, because I don't think we got to it. But I can't remember because it was in my 11 to 25. But it's still impressed. You know what I mean? Because it was a hell of a year, 80. Anyway, I'm gonna try to go through these three more because if I don't do them now, I won't remember. The other ones I can remember. These ones were first time watches, and I don't remember enough, but I'm gonna try to fly. So the first one is Body Count. Body Count is from 1986. A
the guy
group
that
of
did
teens are
Cannibal
stalked.
Holocaust, is that the
Yes.
Holocaust? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Diodato.
yeah. Diodato.
Yep. Claudio Simonetti doing the freaking soundtrack, which is always good. Starts off cool as a double murder, a good fake out. Then it's 15 years later, something happens. Something's casually said about a curse from a shaman. Uh, they pick up a stranded soldier. Some people, these kids are headed somewhere with a camper. They pick him up. They go to his parents' campgrounds. David Hess is an asshole. He's the father. It's funny. The guy from the Blues Brothers is in there, the Good Old Boys. The guy, the lead singer of the Good Old Boys. I forget his real name, but that's who will always be to me. There was a good reveal. There was a machete through mouth that was done well. Kids are getting hooked up and they're getting picked off. One character kills another, which was kind of surprising at one point. Like the kids, there was a good trap. Um, Friday Two Window scene. I think they showed their hand a bit for the reveal. That is, but again, not going to make my list. Mild rumble, but still check it out if you haven't seen
Body
it.
count.
So
Yeah, I don't think I
yeah.
have. I knew the director, so maybe,
Right.
but I'd have to look at it again, to be honest.
You might have expected more out of it because of the gore. You would think it'd be gorier because it's Diodato and Cannibal Holocaust, but it's really not there. But what we get is not bad. It's standard slasher fare for the time, and it's fine. And there's a couple of decent takeaways from it. So it's definitely worth your time if you're a slasher buff. This one here, maybe not as much. Hell's Trap, aka Trampa Infernal from 1989. It's Mexican. Um,
Haven't
so
seen it.
let's yeah, there's trying to remember this. Oh, the guy does have a crazy Freddy glove that he kind of built. It's kind of cool because he builds this glove and it's
Oh, was this
like
the ripoff that we were talking about that you wanted to see? The
no, no,
Okay,
he
because
just
we're talking
happens to
about
have a weapon.
okay.
It'll
All
come up.
right.
I'll get to it, but it'll come up eventually. It's on my oh boy, but he builds his own thing, and he's like this guy out in the woods, and he builds this like these Freddy gloves, but at the end they're like thick serrated knives type thing. So they have the stuff in there like big steak knives. So it's kind of cool that stuff. But this guy's like hiding in wait, and he's just a regular guy. He has a mask of a regular person with blonde hair. It's really weird. So his mask is just like of a regular person. I don't know. He sets traps. There's a couple good stalking killed. The budget is actually used well considering. There was a ridiculous roll down a hill which went way too long, and you could tell it's over exaggerated. It kind of silly.
I love those.
Right, that was good. The killer had an assault rifle at one time. There's a kidnapping. The movie starts and ends with a gun chase. It's
I like
what do you call
Maxxine.
it? Well, I give it a 5.5. It's not making any list. Is it worth your time? As a slasher enthusiast, sure, but don't go out of your way. It's not something that you feel like you should see. So, do you have another one or no?
I have one more, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
One more. Blood Harvest. I don't think this
Mm,
would pass your test, Dave, the cover. Uh, but it
right.
was an interesting movie. Another low budget flick. Saw this on Tubi. It's there. It's in the slasher section. It's got a big clown face on the cover. Uh, but it was
Yeah.
well done. Not fantastic by any means, but well done, low budget. It's one of those movies where what I feel I'm getting them blended together because I've watched a lot of fucking movies. I actually
It
realized I've
happens.
left one off that I've watched that was a weird fucking movie, and I might be blending the movie with
Ooh.
that one where it was like some
I do
girl that
that.
some couple that got I think it's called Blood Beat, and some girl turns into like some possessed samurai killer. It's fucking crazy. It's weird, fucking weird. Anyway, I believe that this girl's come back home in Blood Harvest. Her family's not well loved by this community because of some housing situation and whatnot. And there's been people that have been killed and hung up, but there's they've been hung up upside down and their necks are slit. And I got to tell you, I think you get like
Hmm.
3 or 4 slit necks in this. All of them look great. All of
Nice.
them are top, like almost top notch. Like I'd say top notch. Like I was like,
Nice,
wow,
man.
these effects are actually really good. Like you're not like they're not just doing the old cut the knife, have the tube of the knife, and the blood's coming down. Like I
Right.
would do back in the day. They actually slit the throat, and then the blood come open the wound, and the blood comes out.
Wow.
So
I'm
they do that a
intrigued.
few times. And we're both suckers for slit throats, so that was good. The
Indeed.
main
Yeah.
girl gets naked. So for some viewers, that's going to be good. For others, they'll be like, "What the hell is this tripe?" But not me, not me. That was it was another plus. And then they play around with who the killer might be. Is it the crazy guy that like talks in Shakespearean like a way and dresses up as a clown and looks a little off kilter? Well, he is a little off kilter. There the girls with this boy, is he at fault? There's another guy that's interested at him. Is he the one?
Hmm.
It plays about a whodunit. At the end of the day, you won't care because it's not a very well done whodunit necessarily. I think it's pretty obvious when all's said and done. But I enjoyed my time with it. I would say it's a mild rumble. It's not going to make the list, but I was shocked at how much I enjoyed this movie. I thought, again, I punish myself sometimes, and I've seen some stink of fucking ruse. This is not one of them. So
Cool.
again, a cautious recommend to people out there, because there are going to be some people that watch this and go, "What the fuck are you making me watch, Christian?" But again,
Right.
I've gone down that rabbit hole, and this is definitely not near the bottom of it by any means.
What year is it from? Do you remember?
I can't remember off the top of my head. I couldn't get into
That's
here. I
okay.
think it was 80,
Don't worry.
80, 80, 88,
Okay.
86 or 88.
All right.
I'm going to see if I can do it while
Because
you bring up your last movie.
have I seen it yet is the question. I don't know, but I know it would be on my list. I just don't know if I've seen it yet. But I'll have to look it up after.
Yeah,
I'll go to my next.
our connection is so good, yet I'm just getting this spinning dot on fucking Letterbox constantly.
Weird.
I don't know what the fuck is what's going on with Letterbox. Everything else is working.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, you can't have everything. It's hard to do it.
Can't have I want everything, damn it.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck. I gave up on that dream. So Twisted Nightmare, 1986.
Yeah, I
And for
saw this
some
one.
for, did you? Okay. Well, I was okay with it. First of all, it's kind of funny how they win a trip to go to this camp and they just go off. And I kind of like that basic setup. Okay, we're gonna go here, and you're being lured there for some reason. Now I noticed it immediately, and I'm sure you did too. As soon as you see that barn, that's
Oh, yeah.
freaking Friday 3. I'm like,
Well,
wait.
Gary
it's
Miller
not just the
recommended
barn.
this. Gary Miller recommended this because he said it took place in Higgins Haven. So then that's
Yeah.
why I watched it. Yeah.
I noticed the barn immediately, and then I was like, well, wait a minute. I mean, maybe a lot of barns look alike, but then I was seeing other stuff later. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. This is where they were. Sure enough, I look it up, same location. I'm like, you guys, there it is. Nice. So, anyway, these people come back. Somebody's brother had an accident there back in the past. Um, and we get right into it. 12 minutes in, you get a slow motion lift in the barn, which is a little bit funny because I'm not sure what was going on in that kill. A few weird cuts, and
Oh,
it's too dark.
because it's so fucking dark. It's brutal. The copy that's out there is brutal. I think there is a
Yeah.
Blu-ray, but I'm not buying it on Blu-ray. And I don't know if it's
If
that
it's
much
lightened
better.
up, I'm going to look into it. Some of the dialogue and acting are unintentionally funny, which is okay. There's funhouse antics early. There's like final chase stuff at the 32-minute mark, which I appreciate. There's a good jump scare. There's a red herring. Flashback to what's going on with the brother that got killed. This guy got started on fire. I said, I guess she's the killer, is my question mark. Decent throat slashing. Prettiest girl gets naked. Okay. Maybe they want to make it obvious. This is what my note says. Decent couple kill impalement. Wish it were lit better. True. It needs to be lit better. Unusual couple kill in slow motion while rock music is playing. Weird music choices throughout the movie, actually. Ahead of its time kill. So take that for what you will for now. Sadly, the budget took some toll on the final product, but we get an interesting ending, and it's worth your time to check out. Again, it's just one of these movies. It's still going to be a mild rumble, but it's all these movies except one have been like 6.5, and that's where it is. And that's Twisted Nightmare 86. I think it's worth your time if you're a slasher person. So.
You seem to liked it better than I did, but I liked it. I liked it. I watched it. I liked it, but I liked it more for the nostalgia of Higgins Haven and whatnot.
Maybe it
sure.
helps.
Yeah.
Maybe it does help.
This is the cover, a visual for everybody out there that's not watching. That's the Blood Harvest cover that you'll see on Tubi.
Yeah, which reminds me of Blood Junkie, because it reminds me of Tiny Tim.
There's that one
You know?
too. Well, that's who it is. Tiny Tim and Blood Harvest.
Oh, that is that movie. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I saw it a couple years ago and didn't like it. I confused Blood Junkie and Blood Harvest, and there was some other blood movie.
Blood Beat.
Son of
I'm
a
telling
fuck.
you, this Blood Beat. I got to find out because I can't get an IMDb. I can get
Right.
an IMDb. I cannot get into Letterboxd. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but Blood Beat. It's so crazy. 83. It's from
Uh-huh.
83. And I'm not done it yet because I keep watching it late. I keep putting it on to try to finish it, and I've also indulged in certain substances that have. But it is fucking batshit crazy. Listen to the synopsis of this if I can fucking get back up to the top. Um, holy shit! What have I done here? I keep thinking about the top. There we go. A young woman accompanies her boyfriend to his family's rural Wisconsin home for Christmas, where the spirit of a Japanese samurai begins wreaking havoc on them.
Really?
Yeah,
That is
and then
weird.
and it's even weirder because that all like doesn't happen like out of the gate, uh, and it's somewhat interesting. One of the weird trivia things is I noticed it was in like almost like 4:3. So then when I read
Uh-huh.
some of the trivia here, the director of photography was thought it was being filmed for TV. Supposedly, I mean, this is a story they told after they made the movie, so who knows? Yeah, they got to take their word for it. So it's like it's filmed like it's like a TV movie, but he was like, no, this is like the director had no clue all this time that he was filming it to frame for TV and not widescreen. So it's in a 4:3 format and it's on Tubi as well. I can't say if I recommend it yet. I haven't finished the movie, but from a batshit, what the fuck am I watching type thing, it might be worth
Hmm.
checking out. I'll have to report back when I actually finish it.
Hmm. Well,
Blood
what's that?
Beat.
Okay, but Blood Harvest, that's the Tiny Tim,
Yeah,
right? So I remember starting to watch that either for a 22 shots year end show,
it's
not year end,
87.
but a year show. Okay, we never had 87. Maybe it was for Year of the Slasher 1. And I remember watching it for like 20 minutes and thinking it was ridiculous and not watching it. Something about it really turned me off. Does that make sense to you
It's probably
or
his
no?
acting in the clown thing. But again, I'm in a mode where I'm at night and I just put it on and I just try not to unless it's absolutely like god awful, then I'm watching them and I actually enjoyed it more than I expected to.
Well, I'm gonna have to
Far
put it
more.
back on the list. Son of a bitch. Hold
Well,
on, let's go back to the
I don't
list.
know if you'll like it.
Yeah, but if you think
It
it's
will never.
worthwhile,
Well, I think
you
the
know.
Slate necks are worthwhile, and the fact that I'd like to is in it, but the movie itself it just takes place in like one fucking location pretty much. So like I mean I don't know. I'm always hesitant
Okay,
because it's always the mood, the state of mind I'm in. I know some people can let it go and just enjoy a movie for what it is, but if I'm in a shit mood, chances are that's going to affect my enjoyment of the movie I'm watching at that particular point in time. I can't separate it.
true. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna try it. I have 61 movies. So I want to see what that movie was called that you're talking about, the Nightmare on Elm Street ripoff. Is it the
There's don't
Mahkahal movie?
there's Don't Panic is one of them.
Makha? That one?
I don't know about that one. I think we're
Yeah.
talking about two different ones. The one I'm talking
Okay.
about was called Don't Panic, and that was bonkers and well worth checking out from
Okay, well, this
'87.
one's from 94. It's from 94, 2 hours and 12 minutes long. Looks like it's a Bollywood freaking, what do you call it? Freddy Krueger in India. Fantastically fun Bollywood remake. That's what it said. But I guess there's like fucking musical numbers and shit. I don't think it'd be up my alley, but it's on my list. I'm gonna have to get to it eventually. But that's not the one you're saying. Okay. See
No,
that's where
that
I'm
might be that is one of them, and then Don't
right.
Panic was another one. I think it's on Shutter. Sorry, my I've got like a blur thing on. So I didn't even real I have a blur in my background. So I mean I have it, but it's not
Huh.
on. But I noticed my
That's
background's blurred. It's fucked. I don't know what I've done.
oh, that's weird. It wasn't before. You
Anyway,
look better though. I'll give you that.
oh, I'm sweating. I
So
might have to. I'm not joking. It'll be off camera, but I'm gonna take my pants off. I'm not in shorts. I'm in jeans for whatever reason, and it's fucking this so hot here. So everybody, you're hearing me
take
take
your
my
pants
pants
off.
off.
Who's gonna see it?
We are gonna
I
do the
can't see
review
it.
of Maxxine. with my pants off.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna
I
do
have
the same
underwear on,
thing.
everybody. I have underwear on.
I'm taking mine off too, then, just to be part of the.
I'm not going
Hold on.
commando.
See, there's
But
my belt. I'm taking my pants off too, so Christian doesn't feel bad. That's
there
okay.
we
I'm gonna
go.
take. No one's
Woo!
gonna see me below the
Relief.
belt. There you go. I'm
Oh,
taking mine off.
my
Ah,
balls stake me.
why not? There you go. Why not?
Yeah, you're doing it on camera. I was off camera.
I'm not on camera. Nobody can see? Could you see my underwear?
No, no.
There was
Just
nothing
joking.
I could do. I had no choice. I'm not on camera.
Now you
There
are.
you go.
A little bit. Just a
A little
smidge, but
bit.
it looks like you're wearing
Well,
shorts. Doesn't
whatever.
matter.
Junior's not coming
Oh,
out. Exactly.
so
What's the
much better,
difference?
eh?
Yeah, I feel
Jesus. We should
great.
always
Now
do
I'm
this
going to
show
talk
with no
about,
pants on.
right? Well, how about every time we talk about Mia, I go pantsless?
Let me
Shit.
bring it up and let's get into this. It's been long overdue.
Oh,
We
man,
we've
so
this
much to
show has been
say.
delayed like 1,000 fucking times. So Maxine from 2024. In 1980s Hollywood, adult film star and aspiring actress Maxine Minks finally gets her big break. But as a mysterious killer stalks the starlets of Hollywood, a trail of blood threatens to reveal her sinister past. And as you
The,
have already said, Dave has seen this 3 times. We kind of know where he's going to stand. I've seen it once. I was disappointed, but I like it. It's just, well, as I mentioned, as we talked earlier about X and Pearl, they were my number 1 and 2 of 2 years ago, Pearl being 1 and X 2. And they are 9.5s to 10s for me in that range there. I've really thought about it more, but I've
nice.
watched them numerous times and I love it. And like this one was hovering at kind of a half head, but in the lower half of a half head. However, I liked the movie. I love the things I liked about it out of the gate were the big wink, nods and winks to Brian De Palma. I thought it was Brian De Palma more than Hitchcock, even though you've got the Psycho House in there and references to Hitchcock Blonde, and other things. There's much more love shown to Brian De Palma from the use of split screen, from the use of the killer looking like from Dressed to Kill, just his whole style, and from the use of the body double house, the house that's on stilts that they have to go up to.
Yeah.
So, whoa, of course I hit my fucking camera rating. So
There
a
you go.
lot of Brian De Palma love, which should have elevated this even higher for me, but it didn't. So anyway, I'll let you do your little introduction thing because otherwise I'll just blow my whole wad with my pants off.
Well, I'll meet basically on what you said. To me, the influences were Argento, De Palma, Hitchcock, 80s Satanic Panic, 80s video horror, Hollywood, of course, and really 80s sex crime thrillers in 70s. Movies like Angel and movies like Savage Streets, things
Angel
like
for
that.
sure. Yeah.
Right, all of that type of stuff. Um, and again, some of the complaints I've been hearing, no, I'm not even going to get there yet, but I'm going to say all of those things and I can tell you what and how and where I noticed these, Jalo and everything else. It's all over the place. But, what else did you say you liked? I'll say this. What else was really good? I think this may be the best paced in the entire trilogy. I definitely think it's the best shot, lit, scored, and edited. Now, I'm not saying it has the best makeup or the best acting but I think that this one, those things that I said, shot, lit, scored, and edited, I think the best work is done here. Like to me, Ty West,
Who edited it? He was the editor.
I think that this, for him on a technical level, overall as a movie is the best in that. That's all I'm saying. For those reasons to begin with.
There's a lot to
Now,
like for sure. And I will,
and
I think
dude, the
a
more I
second
see it,
view, I know. And I think a second view will definitely make me appreciate those more because my expectations will be lowered. So now I just go in to look at all that stuff and to
that's the key,
appreciate that
brother.
stuff. Right.
That's the key.
So
That's what happened to me.
not blinded by that. I agree. I'm just saying this is my initial thoughts and my
Right.
feelings, and the more I thought about it, though, you know, you thought about it in violent nature a bit more, and you were like, oh yeah, I want to see that again. I want to
Yeah.
this one. The more I thought about it, the more it was coming down for me, actually.
Oh, just stay tuned. Just stay tuned. I got so much to say. You're gonna be wanting to see it by the time we're done. But the thing is, this movie, at least I hope that's where it's gonna end. The first time I saw the movie, I was so wrapped up in the plot. See, I enjoyed the plot and the pacing. It worked for me perfectly. I was so interested in what's gonna happen to Maxine. How are they gonna wrap it up? I'm into the character too much and her and everything else, as you know. But I'm wrapped up in it. I want to see the story. I'm following the story and I'm thinking in the back of my head, where are they going to go? What's going to happen ultimately with Maxine? And I'm so wrapped up into the story aspect that I'm not noticing, and this is me being a weirdo because of ADHD, whatever you want to call it, focus. I'm focused on that stuff and I'm not really paying a whole lot of attention to the technical aspects and all this. I'm just experiencing it.
Okay.
Then we get to the end, and then I think about what I think about the end, which I actually enjoyed, but a lot of people
Guns.
complain. But I think that when I talk a little more about it, I'll explain why I enjoy it. It still might not work for people, but I think that every single thing done in this movie was done with intent there's a reason for everything, and I believe I have a pretty good idea as to why. So the movie ends and I'm like, okay. And I really enjoyed it, but I'm like, well, I don't like it as much as the other two, but I'm happy with what I got. But again, that was the first time. Then I started thinking about it more and more, and I'm watching every review on YouTube and this, and everyone's talking about, and I'm trying to take it in, and I'm hearing the negatives, and I'm hearing the positives, and I'm hearing all different stuff, and I'm thinking about, and I'm weighing it in. Some ideas that they're saying I'm writing down, and I'm thinking because I didn't write anything down the first time because I'm in the movies. So the first time I didn't. So then I get home. As soon as the movie ends, I'm writing down all the stuff I like. Like literally, I wonder if I could see my first notes because they were like, okay, Jenna De Palma, Hitchcock, 80, the stuff I said earlier. Then I wrote, these are my very first notes after the coming out. She's matured, but same character. Great soundtrack, few good gory kills, all spot on 85. I've been hearing people say QT, as in Tarantino, but I see it just as much as AHS. And when I heard people say QT in the videos I was watching, they were basically talking about the Night Stalker thing being intertwined into the story, much like Tarantino did with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with the Manson story and stuff like
That was a
that.
little bit
But
more in the forefront in Tarantino. I think that was a misstep almost. I like the idea of it. When I saw the preview, I don't know if you watched the preview now that you've seen the
of
movie.
course
The
not.
preview of
No.
this, you haven't watched it after you watched the movie?
Well, why watch it after? I've already seen it. So
Well,
why am I
because
going
it's
to
a
go?
fucking
I
fantastic
could.
preview. The
Okay.
preview with this for this made me so excited for the movie, and I thought
Uh-huh.
that I get that the Night Stalker was just sort of the backbone to give the mood of the environment of what people were going through at the time. However, I
Right?
thought it
Like
may have
Suspiria.
played into it a little bit more than it did. It was really background noise.
Well, I'm glad it didn't. This is what I'm saying. It was there, so people were saying it was going to be intertwined, and they were giving it like all this credit for that, and they were giving Quentin all the credit. And I'm like, actually, this is more Ryan Murphy. This is American Horror Story. As a matter of fact, they had Richard Ramirez actually appear and other serial killers on American. Ramirez appeared on two of them as a fantasy character, but he got involved in the story. Now he wasn't directly involved in it, but that was the
No,
perfect setup because it's 1985 and it's Hollywood, it's LA. This is what's going on in the world, much like the Suspiria remake. With everything that was going on in that area in 1977 was portrayed in the Suspiria remake, and I appreciated that. It's the same thing here. So now what they're doing here with 85 and him is it tied in perfectly because now they have a reason to have these other killers, which it's Satanic Panic, the pentagram, copycat killers, and they're put in the thing. So there's a reason for them for at first them to be a little bit under the radar as Is this the Night Stalker or not? So I thought it worked its way just enough into the plot, but not too much. And I liked it for that. So what were my other
We're
notes?
well, we're gonna be talking about so much like the identity when the killer's in black, beautiful. Right out of a giallo, as we
Yeah,
all
awesome.
expected, right out of like a whether it be Argentina, whether it be Argento, whether it be De Palma from Dress to Kill, it was just awesome, and
Yeah.
you got great vibes. However, that that masked or dark cloaked figure goes to see a peep show. Does he not go to see Maxine?
Yeah, he knows she's there. That's why he's going there.
But then when we get the reveal of who that person is, isn't it fucking really creepy?
Well, he's not going there for that reason. He's angry at what she's doing. He wants to see it for himself. See how angry he tore the freaking thing down. He went
Yeah.
there, saw it, and got enraged. He was angry that she was doing it, but he wanted to
Okay.
see that's
That
exactly what that scene was. Remember? It cut because he broke the thing and then it went to black.
yeah.
So he was in there for pleasure. And then when you saw him, he was clenching his fists. He was getting angrier as it went on.
Well, we just assume he was getting angrier because usually when you look at these giallos, they always are clenching their fists in a rage of sexual, tension
Sure, that's
or
what I
whatever it
thought
may
at
be.
first.
Yeah. So
See,
it actually works. Funny
that's what
enough,
I'm
now that
saying.
yeah,
See, if you're taking it at face value, it's just like what you said. We have seen killers and they get sexed up and that makes them want to kill. So us as the viewer, and I admit that's what I thought the first time I saw it. But then when we get what we reveal later, like, oh, now it was a misdirection. It isn't just some regular Jalo killer that's, that sex turns him on, he turns
now
sexual feelings into repressed anger. It's because he's angry because this is what his daughter's become, and he had to see it for himself for a minute.
that was only one thing that I thought of
Brilliant.
afterwards. Another thing is why hire a private detective? Although I've heard a lot of people hate on Kevin Bacon, I thought he was great in
Loved
this.
him.
I thought he was great in
After
this.
me
And
too. Best
and
part after her.
I didn't see the reference that Tyler was talking about. I guess there's a Chinatown reference there, but
Well, I've
I don't
never
know if
seen
that's
Chinatown, but it's really obvious. It's that one scene when Bacon comes out and he
yeah,
sees her on the lot because he has the hat on and the thing on his nose.
yeah. He put the
So
picture on afterwards. I'm like, yeah, that's really cool. So little Easter eggs like that are in there too, which is
there's a
great.
bunch. There's a
Um,
torso one. There's a couple of different ones
but
throughout.
and one of my, to be honest, I'd say one of the standout deaths for me this year, being honest, is Kevin Bacon. And what
It was
happened? And
great.
everybody's like, you don't see anything. Everybody, this
You
was
see the blood
I
all
listened
come
to
out. It's great.
Jason. It's Jason Smith said you don't see anything. You do, but it's the fact that it's all done in one fucking take or seemingly in one take,
That too.
which makes it fucking a standout sequence. I was like, oh, that was fucking. I thought that hit. I like that better than the Giallo-esque kill that seemed wedged in there because I'm a little confused as to why that guy was
I
killed.
loved that.
Because you think it's because he
That's
was
easy.
given the tape to try to
Yes.
figure out but what is the end game there? He's going to find out that it leads back to nobody really because it's police evidence, is it not?
Oh, wait, no, let's rewind. Um, you're talking about oh, I see what you're saying. Because where did they buy
Not
the
the
tape?
roommate, but the guy, the black guy that owns the video store or whatever
Yeah, I know who it
that
is.
ends up
Yeah.
getting killed. The death for him was a little sloppy. I wanted it to be a little. I think they could have
What?
put. I feel like that could have been better executed. I will have to
Oh
watch it
my
again.
God.
I
That was a
wanted it to
Giallo
be.
kill if I ever saw one.
I
I loved
wanted it to
it.
be a Giallo kill, and I thought it to be
Oh my
sloppy.
gosh. Wow. Everything
Yeah,
about it to me screamed Argento. Even the music they were playing sounded like, and a lot of this movie is like that. It's like watching Deep Red in Hollywood or even Bird, because what you have is somebody knows something you did, and only you know about it, and they know about it. And in those Jollos, those Argento ones, they're getting the phone call, stop what you're doing. I know. And it's the same shit. She's getting warnings throughout, and only she knows what happened, and the one that's pursuing her, which is a staple for Argento movies. Someone that's seen something they're not supposed to see, and only the killer knows that they saw it in them. It's
yeah.
just like that. I haven't heard anybody make that comparison, but that is Argento slasher freaking 101 to me. Pardon me, Giallo 101. I'm like, okay. There you go. Even the reveal. And again, say what you were saying because I don't want to
No, no,
kind of
no.
jump in.
No, no. That's okay. That's what I want this almost because these are some of these are going to be nitpicks. My joke about Mia Goth running is like the answer, the 2024 answer to
I don't
Shelley
get
for
it.
Friday 13th birthday.
I
There's a
don't think it
part
was funny at all.
I
I watched
laughed.
her and
I
Bacon.
laughed. I don't know what it is. I laughed when I saw it in the
Huh.
theater.
She
I
looked great.
and I there's like two times I laughed, which were not in a good way, and it was when she ran for some reason, and it must have just been me. Uh,
Fair enough.
and
It happens.
and when the cop, not Bobby, who did was mixed in this. I liked him in one scene. I didn't like him in another. I liked him in another. Sometimes I thought he was forced, and then I liked when he died. I thought he did a good job there.
Oh, that was
Spoiler. Sorry,
sad
guys. There's
too.
good spoilers all over. When the
Well,
girl cop comes out with the thing in her eye, I laughed my fucking head off because she comes out and screams something like, I almost got him, or I told you I'd get him, or whatever like that. And she's got this fucking crucifix
crucifix. That
stuck
was
in her eye.
badass. You
And it
didn't like that?
rolls. It's so, guys, watch the movie and tell me if you don't get a fucking chuckle out of the way that scene just happens, just comes across. I fucking laughed, and unfortunately, I laughed
Oh,
out loud. But then everybody else in the theater, not everybody, but I guess in the immediate surrounding, chuckled with me. So
huh.
obviously, there was some shared. I hope I didn't ruin it for people there, but I didn't like laugh like I was in fucking Cape Fear,
Of course not.
smoking
No,
a
I
cigar.
know.
But it was just like it came out unintentional. I was like, holy, it just was so fucking out there that I laughed. It was just like,
Okay.
what the fuck was that? And the other
I
thing
loved
was
it.
after the friend is found, I'm jumping around. These are some of my nitpicks
Jump.
and some of the things.
Let's do it.
After the guy was killed, Jalo style and whatnot. I know they've been questioning Maxxine, and whatnot. The cops have seen her once or twice before this, and then they see that she's there because she comes downstairs to see what all the hubbub is, and those that, oh my god, this is my friend, but she's watching. They see her. There's a
And they
crowd
show
of
her.
people
I
all
know.
around, and they flip the fucking sheet off to show this mangled body, mangled corpse underneath. Come on.
I agree, but that's movie magic. That's what they do. And is it really any different than something you'd see in those freaking erotic thrillers from the 80s, like Angel and the other ones I'm talking about? Are they so
No.
true to life? This
No,
is what,
that's movie. That's
okay.
movie. And I can give it because
And it's
I
aping.
sometimes argue this too that there's melodrama, there's De Palma isms that are that are for cinematic factor, and so I
Right.
can meet you halfway there. I just feel like it's trying to play. Maybe it's trying to play both sides sometimes, and I thought I was a little forced when I saw it, admittedly, and more when I thought
See,
back to it more than when I watched it. When I watched it, I was like, that's weird. But then the more I thought about it, I'm like, that's irking me a bit. But again, maybe if I watch it again, I'll be like, okay, I'm fine with it, whatever it may be. But I gotta bring it up because it was one of my
sure.
tidbits of information of like, I was a little like they wouldn't have done that. There's all these innocents around, and like they just put they showcase a mutilated body for everybody to see.
Oh, I understand that that wouldn't happen in normal life. I get that. I understand. But I also take it to heart what the intention that he had in this movie was, which I think, okay, how could I say this the right way? Um, how am I gonna?
Like a heightened level of hysteria during this time frame.
Well, not even so much. It was just, man, how can I want to say it without me trying to sound a certain way. You know what
Just say
I
it.
don't.
Spill it. Everybody knows who you are. It's
Uh,
true. I'll make fun of it if I
I
don't agree.
well, I just think that that's some of the things that was missed by a lot of people. Like I hate ever saying like you didn't get it because it sounds like a pompous thing to say, and I don't mean it that way. And I'm also saying it's okay. So it's designed to ape freaking these cheap. Granted, it wasn't cheap, but sleazy like erotic type thrillers, neo noirs, whatever you want to call them, the heyday of VHS time. And it did it so perfectly and intentionally that it included the flaws of the said genre or era. That's what I think is missed. A lot of people aren't getting. And I think it was done with intent. And I know some people are listening saying, sure, Dave, but I still didn't like it. And that's okay. I get it. But there's someone like me who appreciates somebody taking the time to do that. In the third act, it goes into that direction because it's playful. It's also the movie that she's starring in, The Puritan 2. Basically, what's happening in The Puritan 2 in movies like that, and the other stuff that, like I said, that it's aping or attributing or whatever, this movie, it runs like they do. It was done with intent. People are complaining about the sudden thing at the end, and all of a sudden, and here I am watching the movie, praying, please, please, even though I would have understood it, just want it better for Maxxxine. I'm thinking, please, please don't go a typical giallo route and have somebody be the killer that like she's friends with and give some stupid reason. I want, when something happened and when it was revealed, and I know people are going to laugh, but I was surprised. And then when I took my wife, she was surprised. She's like,
I was surprised too. I was surprised too. Everybody's like going,
first minute.
Yeah. Oh, of course we knew it was going after X. I'm like, really?
I did not.
I didn't either. And but I do have more, and they're not nitpicks, but these are that you'll probably explain away, but I'm just saying they're legit. We get presented evidence, which is in that tape that guy that she watches and is worried about and keeps hidden under her bed. And it shows the evidence of the massacre that happened in X years before. She has since become a huge fucking porn star that everybody seems to recognize and know her name. Yet these Texas people haven't been able to figure out. I get there was no internet connection at that particular point of matching and getting in databases, but you've got some crazy, like unsolved murder spree that happens that includes pornography and people that they've got the tape of. And now there's a star called Maxxxine that is all over the place in New York or in LA, excuse me, that they can't seem to piece together. Yet this private detective, somehow the dad gets the tape, hires the private detective to find her, and nobody seems to know that this girl existed. I thought that was a little stretchy too. I'm glad they played back into it because I knew there's got to be evidence because we see that in X. I just thought it was, they introduce it and then they kind of don't talk about it again. They kind of just said, yeah. They like as if they've never solved the crime, but that this dad got the evidence tape and Kevin Bacon's on the case and found her.
Right, and I thought that too, but also maybe why would her dad have the tape if he wasn't powerful enough to get it? Maybe they're in on it. Maybe he's in on something with the Texas people, and he says, "Hey, let me take care of this. This is my daughter," and they don't give a shit about a bunch of dead porn stars. I don't know. What I'm saying is the fact that he had the tape was my first question. How would he get it? But then I guess if you piece it together, maybe that, or they just don't give a shit. But I agree that could be looked at as a flaw, and I have ideas that could work that are plausible, maybe not the most probable. So that I'll give you. That's one I'm not going to argue. That is one that I had an issue with too. So I'm not above that. I mean, like, it's not a perfect movie.
The Pearl visions, I liked that.
Oh, they were perfect timing.
They were cool. And then having her in the window as like Norman Bates' mother. And then guess what? They fucking abandoned it. It doesn't come play back in at all. And it should have played back in at to finish the motif. You can't just introduce a motif in a movie and then drop it cold turkey.
Like, what's the motif? That she keeps seeing the woman? This is her trauma.
But there's no payoff. It should have played out at the end as if she saw her dad as Pearl or something like that, or the killer's Pearl again, and just said, I've done it once. I don't know. It needed something else. Really?
See, this is where I disagree because I think that she is done perfectly. Like 6 years after, she still is the Pearl. Pardon me. She still is the Maxxxine we know from the first movie, but you could see the country twang doesn't come out as often as it did in the first one. it makes sense. So she's kind of developed where she is. You know what this movie is to me? It's a lot like the difference between House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects. House of a Thousand Corpses was one type of movie, and I wanted another one like that. And I'm not saying I'm sad that I got Devil's Rejects, but Devil's Rejects came out. Okay, okay, now this is when shit gets real. This is having fun. This is what's going on here. Now, okay, this is the aftermath of tragedy and what happens. And they're on the run now. And it's kind of like her here. She's trying to cover up her tracks. She's trying to, of course, be famous, but at the same time, she she wants bigger and better things, doesn't think that she can get it the way she is, but we still see that she has the trauma. So it hasn't left her. And we see it extensively in the one scene when she's getting the makeup on her head. And
Yeah.
the girl asks her about the, what do you call it? Where'd you get the shot from? And it's a long story. And you can see she doesn't want to talk about, oh, why would she? It's crime. But I'm just saying she keeps it down low and she just says, keep working, keep working. And that's what she does, keeps her ass busy and deserves what she has coming because she's working. And when they put the mask on, which I thought was very smart, when they put the mask on her head, that's literally what they did to freaking Mia Goth when they made Pearl or when they made X. She was in one of those things. So what does she see when she's under there? She sees and thinks about Pearl. She's haunting her. She's got her hands on her. So we see it then. And then as soon as that happens, then she starts flipping out because other things are happening. Then when she's driving, she talked about it and she thought that she remembers driving over her head. And then she spoke about it earlier. What happened to the last person that tried to kill me? I crushed their head. So we see that that she has, and when she blasted her out the door and all that shit, that she has trauma from that, and it still comes up. So your thought was like, because she saw her once again because she was on her mind in the window, Norma Bates style. You thought more was gonna come out of it. See, I just took it as
She's been haunting her
right.
throughout the movie, and then it
She
just
was.
ends. But there doesn't seem like there's a definitive moment of when it should end. You normally have to have something that would kind of end that motif, and it just ends. It's almost like they forgot about it,
Well, it's
or
her getting
this.
her shit together. It's her talking to the fucking first guy, talking to what's his name, who was great, her entertainment lawyer, and then the director, who was also great. And I love that entire conversation that she has with her when she picks her up in the freaking cart and everything that comes out of her mouth. Such a fucking well done script. It's he Ty West is preaching every time things are coming out of her mouth. This is freaking the gospel of Ty West. All the things she's saying about Hollywood hates artists and this and that, and just everything she was saying about the belly of the beast and how everything that she was saying to her the entire time, I thought was great. But as soon as she said, take the weekend off, go do your thing, and as soon as she talked to the freaking her entertainment lawyer and he says, yeah, I got this, then then that did end. She was just trying to be focused on what she's going to go out and party. Then Bacon comes in and they lead him and that takes care of that. Then we literally go from that. Like right after that, we go to the climax. So I don't see really an instance where we would have more of her fantasizing about Pearl, is
I
what I'm
so
saying.
then
It's just,
I got so much because the more I
it's
thought about
okay.
the climax is a little crazy too because the cops are on her tail at this point. The cops are actually tailing her. She goes up to the house, and
Yep.
it feels like I don't know, and I'm maybe exaggerated here talking extremes a little bit here to get my point across. It feels like she's up there for like 2 hours because they have enough time to get her out there, film a fucking movie and whatnot. I don't know what the cops are doing at this point, but then the cops decide, after, of course, we get the whole exposition plot dump, to then show up and then a whole gunfight ensues. And I
Well,
was
let me
thinking
tell
of
you
you
why.
here because I didn't think you're going to like the gunfight. Not only this, but my nitpick comes, they show a lot of the video that they're filming that is around the satanic cult and whatever, and to bring it out, and he's trying to make her a star with his own movie that's featuring it. But of course, we get some of the footage from the camera, but then we get the regular movie footage as well, as in the sense of like the actual movie we're watching, Maxxine, being filmed the way it is. The camera guy gets shot dead, and their people are running everywhere, and Maxine starts running, and then we see the video footage of the movie that they're making follow Maxine as if someone's manning the camera but there's nobody manning the camera at that point. Now that's a nitpick, but that's me saying that guy's dead. There's nobody there. Shit's hit the fan. People have been in the post. They're either dead, they're either fighting, they're gone, and the camera pans and follows her. And I don't know why they included that shot because it was an editing choice of including it to show Maxxine running up into the hollow, like, I don't know. And they could have just used regular footage there. There's nobody manning the camera there. It's like found footage being shot by a ghost in a sense. There's nobody at that camera shooting the scene at that particular point in time. They're either dead or fighting.
Okay, I don't remember that, so I guess when I see it the fourth time, I'll look for that shot. I don't remember that happening at all. But
Shot three. I turned to Peter beside me. I'm like, "Who's filming this?" First thing I
got to
said.
see it again. Maybe it was an artistic choice in saying something, but again, I don't know. I'd have to look. But let me go back to what you said about them taking all the time to get up there. It was about a 12-minute time period between when she got up there and they came. So keep this in mind. She was expected to be there. And remember the earlier girl said when she went there that they had to take a gondola to get up there and it was all fancy.
Yeah.
So it takes time to get the access to go up there. They had a thing down there for her, that cart that she rode up in. So picture it this way. She rides the cart up, exits the cart. She stays there. She is where she is. There's no way for, yeah, there's no way for these other two cops to get up there unless they hoof it up this fucking mountain and up those tracks. That's why it took so long. Because I was waiting for it, and then I was like, "Oh, that's why." I actually thought of it as it was happening. I was like, "Oh yeah, she had the thing there."
I'll give you that too. Then I don't want to go to the end yet, but I'm going to go back to the Puritan and the director. I like the director. I love Mia Goth's test screening performance or whatnot. I thought that was great. She nails it. Another great acting sequence there, no question. Like Mia Goth's great in this. Like I'm not going to take anything away from her.
She's badass too.
I love I should mention I also love the credits where it pans down. The opening credits, it pans down to her license plate to give the Maxxxine title.
So cool.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
The music.
The Puritan one. We're back in the 80s. Ty West is supposedly doing all these cool things about Satanic Panic and everything back in the 80s. Other than John Carpenter, who I don't even know if got the respect he deserved back in that time frame. I think his respect came later in life. What other slasher film director was given all this seemingly respect? This woman, this pompous director woman, who I liked in the movie, but makes it seem like she made his art piece. It was a slasher film called The Puritan, and they're making The Puritan 2, and she's rambling on about art and this, that, and the other thing. You're making Friday the 13th 2, lady. Like, let's be honest.
Hold on a minute. This is what she said. I want A-list ideas and a B-list movie. She knows that she's making a B movie. She even said, I want A ideas and a B movie. So it's somebody that was an artistic person that, and the one guy said that she's an up and coming this and that, and she has, and that guy was a movie geek like us. He was a horror fan. He was her friend that ran the video. So he was the one talking about it. But this, make no mistake about it. And they even said it. They kept not putting it down, but they kept saying, well, it's horror, but I'm a paid actress. Remember when that girl said that to her? She goes, I'm going to have insurance and I'll get there someday. And it's a good start. And all these people that started in horror. So they weren't trying to make it something that it wasn't. This is just this director being, I mean, I'm sure we could compare to other directors in the 70s or the 80s where people look and say, oh man, that person had an artistic voice and no one realized that at the time or something. But I guess if you're reading Fangoria, maybe so. Maybe it's like a David Cronenberg or something where they're not like known around the world yet, but they've made a splash after a movie or two. You know what I mean?
I'll have to watch it again, but once again, I can go with that. The ending, not the reveal. The dad reveal was as good as any reveal. Like I think that
I agree. And he was just people saying he was too over the top, but he's obviously a nut. He's like a Heaven's Gate guy.
Yeah.
And even when the camera goes off and he's trying to sell it to her before the cameras go on, I should say, of course he's going to be in full theatrical performance. He's using all his greatest tools to try to lure her in and say, honey, come with me. You've been astray all these years. Do this. Then we have that one time when he goes, just go along with it for right. So I think he was just hoping, because he knows it's fucking half bullshit. But I mean,
I'm getting to the point though at the end when, well, not the end because there's a whole fucking sequence, a couple sequences after this, it seems. But when she has the spotlight on her, she's a star. this is where the movie should have ended, in my opinion, to be totally honest.
I'm glad it
The
didn't.
movie,
That would have been too. No, that's too much.
no,
It
it
would have been
needed
over
to
the
end
top.
after. No, but she's fucking being yelled at by the cops who know her by fucking name and say, give it up, give it up. And she's dealing with the dad on the ground, takes the gun, blows his fucking head apart. Great gore, because there's only a couple sequences
Oh
of gore in this.
boy, was it?
You could almost argue, is this actually a horror film? And again, we could argue, I'm not going down that route because it's got the Giallo-esque elements. It's got that kill. It's got that head blown out, the whole climax, which is more gunplay, whatever, but it's satanic panic. And there's a thing. So I'm not going to go down the whole rabbit hole of is it horror or not. It's definitely horror enough for sure. No question. But she fucking kills this guy as the cops are looking at her. There's definitely no self-defense here. She's not arrested. She's a hero. Supposedly stopped this whole thing, has been interviewed. That was a little hard to swallow as well, to be honest.
But that wasn't real.
What do you mean?
That
What wasn't
wasn't real.
real?
That was all her vision.
It
What we saw
wasn't?
after was real. Yeah. Remember, the lights are on her. That's why she sees it, because the lights are on her, right? And she's looking up, and then she goes into freaking dream mode and she blows her father's head off. Oh, does she kill him first? Either way, wait, I can't remember if she blew the head off before the dream sequence or after. Either way, it cuts away, and then she's a hero, and they have the freaking the man's Chinese theater freaking thing, and Connie Chung is like interviewing her.
So you
She
don't think
says,
the
yeah.
Connie Chung interview is real, or that is
Let
real
me
at that
finish
point?
it out.
Okay,
Hold on.
sorry.
Let me finish the whole thing. It's okay. And she's doing the thing, and she goes, oh, you look, you're world famous now. And they even showed her on the news before, and it said Maxxine Minx is going to be on. And they literally, first of all, she wouldn't be a household name before the Puritan 2 came out, even if she did kill. And she already had a star on the Walk of Fame. They showed it on the news. I'm like, this, and it didn't even say Minx. It just said Maxxine. So I'm like, wait a minute. So then she's being interviewed, and all this other stuff. She goes, yeah, work hard, everything else. I'm so happy to be here. And she's like revered as this freaking next huge up and coming, starlet. And then she says, and I want to say one thing. She goes about this is she goes, I will not accept a life, that I do not deserve. And then when she says that, it cuts. She's about to say it, and then it cuts back to reality. And then she's there with her dad, and then she says, say it with me. Like he was, and then they say it together, and then she blows her dad's head off, and then we see reality. Next, she's at the set of the Puritan 2, and they are applauding her for what she just did, but then they have a moment of silence for the girl that passed from the first one. They talk about it, and she goes, well, look at you, you're like a Hitchcock blonde now, and this and that, and all these people know about you now. What's going to be next? That was reality. The first thing she saw was a dream sequence when she looked up at the lights, and then it came back, and then she killed him, and then we saw what happened after that. So I was happy, because that would have been way too cheesy if they ended it at the dream sequence.
You don't.
That's
So you
fucking
thought I didn't get that was a
fantastical.
dream sequence at all. I'll
How
have to
can it
watch that
not
again
be?
too.
Well, look at it this way. This is common sense. I'm looking at you right now. If I turn and I see all these things happen, right? And then I turn back and I look at you, and then I shoot you, and then I walk off, the stuff I saw was a dream. After I shoot you and walk off, that's the reality.
I'm not
You
following.
understand what I'm
And
saying?
I've
Okay.
listened to like even Jason Smith was like, he didn't get the ending either. Like she
That's
literally
not.
has chased the killer up the top. They're trying to do a Hitchcock ending where instead of being on the Statue of Liberty or Mount Rushmore, we're at the Hollywood sign. We're chasing. That woman comes out with a fucking crucifix in her eye. Fucking, I don't know, does a fucking double flip down the hill. It's laugh inducing, at least for me. And the couples around me. And then she sees her dad at a helicopter. Now the police helicopter, because you're right, they couldn't get up. The rest of the troops couldn't get up. It's on her. Spotlight. Hey, Maxxine, I didn't think this was a dream at all. We got you surrounded. Put it down. Whatever. Do. She goes into this little thing with her dad. Say it with me. Blows her head off. And then there's this whole other part. I didn't get any
See,
dream
you're
sequence.
wrong. Well, no, see, you're calling it wrong. And I just explained it to you. She didn't blow her head off, and then that stuff happened. That stuff was shown before she blew his head off. Then
But the
she blew his
cops are
head off.
watching her. You're saying the cops are not there watching her?
I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that the cops are there and they shine a light on her. When she looks up and sees the light, that's when she has her own stargaze visions, because she's on top of Hollywood. There's a big light shining on her, and they call her name. So the next thing we see is a newscast talking about the killer has been. Actually, I could be wrong about that part. Yeah, I think it was. It was the killer has been such and such. The Night Stalker has been identified. And then they show this little thing in the corner. And it's a star on the Walk of Fame that says Maxxxine. And Maxxxine Minx, in other news, stopped her own father. This and that. And then they go to some interview where she is sitting down. First of all, they have the thing where she's sitting down with her fucking agent. And another person interviewing her at a table. She's got her hair done pretty and this and that. And she goes, I just got to thank the grace of God for showing me the way. And this happened and this. Then it cuts from there. Then it goes to Mann's Chinese Theater for this big fucking premiere of The Puritan 2, which would never happen.
Yeah.
And then she's going in there and bulbs are flashing like she's the hottest thing in the world. And then she interviews with the Connie Chung, who's supposed to be. And she's saying all this stuff. And she said, so what advice do you have for young, actresses? And she says this and this. And then at the end, it fades away. And she says, and there's one thing my dad always said. And when she says that, it fades back and we go to real life. And then Maxxxine is sitting there looking at her father. And he says, I'm sorry I failed you. And then he said, you gave me exactly what I needed. And then she says, say it with me. And then they say it again. Then she blows his head off, and then we get the reality of what comes next when she's on the set in the discussion.
But the cops are still looking at her.
I don't know what that has to do with anything. Whether the cops are
they're watching her blow her fucking dad's head off.
Well, yeah, that's fine. Whoa. You weren't talking about that being the problem. You were saying that was the end of the movie, and I said that wasn't the end. That was a dream.
No. I wanted that to be the end of her going out, kind of like that was her star moment instead of the Puritan fucking 2.
That'd be stupid.
And them clapping for someone playing fucking Ginny Fields in Friday the 13th.
Well, that's how it should be. You don't get that famous overnight. That's realistic. You're building your way up.
I'm not talking about fame. I'm talking about it being in her head. The spotlight being on her. Why is she not arrested? She just blew her dad's head off and the cops witnessed it. That's what I'm trying to get at.
You were
That's
saying
what I'm getting at.
Here's what I say.
That's where I'm getting confused. Because I wasn't talking about dream. I was talking about the spotlight.
You said you don't get the ending. And I said, that's not the ending. I said, that was a dream sequence. You said, no, that was the ending. I said, no, this was the ending. That's how this whole thing started.
No, all I was trying to get at is I don't understand.
Jason Smith says he hated the ending too.
Well, I don't understand why she wasn't arrested. That's all I'm getting at. I don't care about
that's fine.
Stuff, or the Puritan 2 innovation or any of that stuff.
Okay.
That was when I was like, oh God, this movie just went off a cliff, just like the girl with a crucifix in her eye.
But you said you wanted the movie to end at that moment. And I said that would have been terrible because that was her having all these stargazing dreams. It's not going to come out that way. We got reality at the end. But to answer your question, my guess is that they know who he is. Obviously, he's been killing all these people. They don't give a fuck. He's some fucking demented fucking preacher. And this girl that survived everything fucking blasted his head off. You think cops in fucking LA are by the book? Of course they don't give a fuck.
I don't know. When it comes to a porn star that just blew someone's head apart and they've got like, I don't know, 3 dozen casualties. Maybe.
However, but keep this in mind. They know that these are the people that have been that have been killing all these fucking other people and putting the mark of the fucking thing in their body, and they're going to see it. They're going to go down there. They're going to see they got this preaching thing. They're going to see fucking him there, all his people in his cult. They're going to see the 2 cops that were there dead, and fucking she survived and killed the big bad. And this shit probably does happen. Again, I understand why you would complain. I just don't think in a movie like this, it calls for that type of picking apart on. Again, it's the kind of movies that it's aping would do the same thing. Like action, like these type of fucking things would do the same type of thing at the time. The things that they're like, how many Jollos end stupidly and all these other things in these fucking Puritan movie and fucking movies like erotic thrillers and shit. They don't make the most sense. So that's what this movie is doing. It's constructed just like those movies are to be. We could sit here and ask questions about fucking Argento and all these different movies.
True.
And that's all I'm saying. I think something was lost on the audience where they didn't grasp what I believe was fucking the intent. And that's what I'm saying about the whole thing. It's all fucking done with intent. And that's what makes me enjoy it even more so, because they set out to fucking do this. Now, check this out. I'm going to drop a bomb right now. 100%. I have not heard anybody say this, and I hope nobody else has. I almost said it in chat yesterday, but I didn't want fucking people to start saying it online. But 100% Ty West's next two movies should be The Puritan and The Puritan 2. And the girl that was in the first Puritan that died in this movie, in the second, well, and, you know, in Maxxxine, she should be the star of the first, and they should film them at the same time right now and put Mia Goth in part 2 as the lead of The Puritan 2. That should be Ty West's next two movies, and now you're talking about a fucking 5-movie thing. And I think it would be incredible, because we know that Ty West can do these period things.
He can. He can.
Idea.
That's a cool idea. I just don't think he'll do it now, because I think this trilogy is now elevated him to the next level of being able to pick whatever project he wants.
Yeah, but he's a passion guy. He does what he wants.
I guess already, that could be that. That could be that. I feel like it wouldn't be though. But it's
almost like Eli Roth and Thanksgiving. Eli Roth did Thanksgiving for fun because it started off as a trailer. But Ty West being the guy he is, especially with these last three, like Ty West now, it's kind of like Maxxxine is a little bit like Last Night in Soho to me, like the way it looks and the artistic merit of it. And I know maybe I'm blowing it, but from what I saw, and I've seen it 3 times, and yes, I'm under the influence some of the times, I have a fucking heavy appreciation. And I'm watching it this last time. I'm 30 minutes in, and I'm already deciding as I'm watching. I'm like, fuck, this is the best fucking shot of fucking these 3 movies. This when she's walking by, all the panning shots, when she's walking outside, so many, even the opening scene. How about the opening fucking scene? When it opens up like it does with the other 2 with the barn and fucking, right? And she goes in the thing, and then she goes in there and she nails that thing, right? Then she walks out and she's fucking great.
That is
she's
great.
Like, you better go back where you came from, because I just fucking nailed that, she said.
Yeah.
So then
and the looks
leaves,
of like,
yes. And then the music comes in. Give me all your lovin'. And it says Maxxxine, the ZZ Top song. And it follows her from the time she gets into the fucking car all the way till she walks to the landing strip, the strip joint, goes in the back, goes here, goes through the fucking kitchen, goes in the porn set, and then goes, and it fucking follows her all the way till she gets, it's like a 5-minute fucking song. And seemingly, it's like one fucking shot. Following her. There is so much fucking.
Again, De Palma loved doing that too.
Dude, it reminded me of
he did
Goodfellas
one at the beginning.
Too.
Well, yeah, a lot of directors have challenged themselves to try to do this because it's very difficult. But yeah, no, I can't deny it. Like I was really all in, and then it sort of started unraveling for me as like the halfway point and whatever. And then I'm like, no, this brought me back, and then this kind of unraveled a little bit more. And so that's why I'm like, oh, I'm not enjoying this like I enjoyed the other ones. Like something's just not sitting well with me. Why? What's going on? And then that whole gun shooting finale was kind of not what I was expecting. And I didn't dislike it, but it was just so different from what I was expecting that it just backed up my disappointment. And then it wasn't elevated.
Was different.
Well, yeah, but each one of it, that's what I love about it. I like the fact that he's tried 3 different movies. But I'm just saying that still within this movie, it was missing. It felt like it was missing things that I wanted. Again, it's just what brings out disappointment, not delivering on your expectations or whatever it may be. So ultimately, it's a me issue. But now that's why View 2 will hopefully help elevate it and not take it down. Me thinking about it is. When I say bringing it down, I'm just talking about it's making me second guess that. Like, I mean, I said half head. It's not like a mild rumble. It's not like a piece of shit.
That's fair.
I enjoyed it. It's just not at the level I enjoyed X and Pearl, which were elevated 2 to 2.5 points above this. That's for sure, as of right now. So,
well,
but I am 1 View Christian, not 3 View Dave right now.
If I have my time to speak my piece, I'll speak my piece on some things in the movie. If not, we'll wait till the next time because
Let's,
there's more
yeah,
stuff.
let's do a, yeah, go. I like the
Okay,
fact that you
I will
love it.
tell you
So
what I see. Okay, so Tyler Bates is great. He's done all the soundtracks, and I think this is his best one. Is in I actually listened to it last night too. Fell asleep to it eventually. I think it's great. The lighting is fucking great. It's nice to see her as a brunette. The split screen is done well. The mold scene with the actual head mold from X Smart. The whole Satan stole my daughter and the fucking panic and all this stuff for those people going outside. Everything ties in. It's almost like now when I look back, I'm like, son of a bitch. I should have fucking realized who the big bad was gonna be. But it's okay. I like being surprised. It's fine. Um, the stuff with Kevin Bacon, he's also filming when he's behind her, and she gets out with the keys and beats the fucking shit
yeah,
out of dude. Maxxine got badass the first time when she crushed the fucking guy's balls, the fucking guy that was gonna rob her or whatever. And then the other thing with him, she was badass. So I got all the stuff I wanted from her. Her acting was all over the place in a good way. I mean, she was doing different. She was great. Now, this is the thing, the whole world's gonna know my name comes up again. She's talking about him in the the store, and Maxine fucking Minx is the fifth one. And it's funny because Kevin Bacon didn't get started in horror, but starred in Friday early, and then he's in
yeah.
this movie. So I think that there's kind of again, I think that was done with intent as well. Um, Here's the thing: I was worried when this movie came out, prior to it coming out, when I was seeing those articles and I saw Mia said something about fucking this is going to be the biggest inspector, uh, biggest, broadest fucking, you know, the biggest movie yet and out of them all. And it's going to have, and I saw it described as, like I said, mystery fucking giallo, stuff like that. So I knew going in, but that made me nervous. And then I saw the cast, and I remember making a post of something, and it says, this movie star, and it was like the first
Yeah,
shot of fucking her and Maxine. And it said, this movie stars this person, this person, this person,
that made you
like
nervous
seven
too.
people.
Yeah.
Right. And she was fourth billed. And I'm like, wait a minute. So now I'm nervous. I'm thinking, so wait a minute. This is going to be a murder mystery in fucking 1985 and not a slasher. And it's a giallo type thing. And there's a big cast. What kind of movie are we going to get here? What the hell? So I was actually nervous. So now going into it, I know it's not going to be a slasher. But then everything, she's on the screen 90% of the time. It was still her show. And people are complaining, oh, they wasted this person or they wasted. No, they didn't fucking waste them. I want to see fucking Mia Goth in the X trilogy on the damn screen.
Well,
I don't
yeah,
need to spend
it's also
freaking
named after her. So yeah.
right. I don't need to spend 20 minutes with fucking Casey or whatever that fucking one name actresses people are talking about, and some other person that was in it that apparently Lily Collins, I guess, is somebody. They were wasted. I'm like, no, there are people that wanted to work in the movie and they were happy with the small parts they got because they respect the fucking movie and they like fucking Ty West and what they're doing and they're okay with it. Let them have it. Let Mia be the fucking center. And thank goodness she was. She's on the script, like I said, 90% of the time. So she's there. I was so worried about it. So I was so happy to see. That's great. And I kept thinking about the Neon Demon and its Suspiria as I'm watching it. And then I'm thinking, this is going to end up be like a Halloween ends type fucking thing. People might be outraged because expectations versus reality. Again, stop watching trailers. Stop fucking assuming. Just fucking go in and what they give you, they give you. So did you realize that she stepped on fucking Theta Bera's star? And Theta was the name of the fucking alligator or the crocodile in X. So I thought
Oh,
that was kind
I
of
didn't
cool.
know that. Or I didn't catch that. That's great.
Yeah, right. And there's other references to other horror movies, horror talk. And here's the thing. Kevin Bacon even says this when he's talking about his client being the father. He has a flair for the dramatic. So he has a flair for the dramatic. He's an egocentric, fucking crazy, freaking cultish preacher. So it makes perfect sense for him to act, quote unquote, over the top when we get. People kept saying that it was over the top and it fucking fell off in the climax. I'm thinking,
Did they
what?
remember him being the preacher in X? Like a
At
preacher to
the
me is
end,
over the
yeah,
top. And he's
100%.
like whatever. It's already instilled in that personality. And then
Right.
then you get told he's got that, and then you see it. I didn't really have a problem with any
I'm
of that.
glad. I
It's
was
so
ready to defend it to you. And that was
yeah,
the biggest
no,
complaint I keep
the
hearing about.
reveal is fine to me. I mean, it
I
makes the
agree.
most sense. Like I I'm totally fine with that. It was just like some of those other. I mean, I pretty much said my piece. I took out every like from the nitpicks to other things that actually have been weighing on me a little bit. And we again, when we say weighing, we know it's a movie. We're
Well, I got
talking in extremes because this is what we do.
Yeah, and I might have more. I mean, she's even talking about. It's funny when the guy says he's an atheist, and then later on he's fucking. You got the devil in you. I thought you're an atheist. And he's praying to the end. I thought that was cute. Never made it as an actor. The guy says, and I like that. Fucking in at the end when he's at the scene. That's heart. That's heartwarming. That's fucking. People come to L.A. to fucking have these dreams. This guy ends up being a cop. She ends up being a porn star. Maybe she's gonna break through. But there he is, dying. And the artistic choice to have him hanging, the last thing he's grasping for is one of the Hollywood signs. You know what I mean? One of the H
Yeah.
or the A, whatever the fuck. Oh,
Yeah.
whatever. And he's, and then he
There's
dies.
there's no A in
There's no
Hollywood.
A. I know. So that's why I said oh right away. I tried to cover it up quick.
Hollywood.
Son of a bitch. Hollywood. Um, I thought it was cool that Larry Fessenden was there in that little
Yeah.
guest spot. Yes,
I thought
yes,
that
you
was cool
are.
too. I thought that was
Uh-huh.
like I mean, because since he's pretty much been a staple of independent indie
Right.
horror for so many years now, it's kind of nice to have him represented there. I wonder if that
Mhm.
dates back to the fact that Ty West was an indie filmmaker for a while too.
Why not?
And maybe
Sure.
they
I mean,
been at festivals together and whatever. You figure there's some camaraderie there,
sure,
or
man. Why
maybe it was
not?
just hey, be in
Well,
my movie.
maybe they've worked together before. I got to think about that if they have. Did they? Well, anyway, whatever. I want to say that he was in House of the Devil briefly, but I could be wrong. No, that's AJ Bowen. Either way, so what else would I say? I like when she says the next girl's gonna get killed or something, and she's like, maybe she should save herself. I did. And I like the fucking fact that we know Maxine's actually a good person. We know this because of what she does in the first movie. She goes back to try to save Jenna Ortega when Jenna was nothing but fucking a bitch to her half the time. And she put herself on the line to go back and save freaking Jenna when she didn't have to. We know that she wants to help and that deep down she's a good person. She just wants fame. So what? She's not a bad person. Only people she ever killed was people she had to kill. So now you could see that it's weighing on her, but then she's also saying, okay, I don't want to get involved. I finally come all this way. You can understand why she would say that. She's like, tell them maybe they should save themselves. I did. But then at the end, what happens again? She gets the freaking recall of the people that have died, and then she decides I'm gonna go out and fucking take this son of a bitch down. She didn't have to go up to fucking to that place and do it. She did it on her own. She could have just let freaking what's his name Giancarlo, what's his name, who was great by the way as well, Gus Fring,
Yeah.
he was freaking awesome. He could have taken care of things. She decided to go up on her own. So we see more character stuff there. Yes, she wants to be famous, but she's still a good person at heart, and she's trying to do the best she could. So, time to pay for your sins. I like that. He said that to her, and then she said that to him later when they come back. Um, what else? What else? What else? She's matured, but the same character, which I appreciated. So now,
Yeah, that was they
again,
did a good job there
I,
too.
I said it before. The third act of the movie basically echoes the kind of movie she's going to make and ties into Satanic Panic, cults. There's three different movies with three different stories. I like the third act because it goes into the direction of the horrors at the time. So to me, it's playful. It makes sense. We still get her moment, even though it's in her head, but then we still get a real one. Um, Man, I was nervous at one point. I did not want that kind of ending for her because I thought freaking, remember he put the bag over her head? I
Yeah.
thought he was gonna freaking. I was like, don't for the once. I'm hoping that we don't have a freaking bad ending like that. Let this girl, after everything she's been through in three movies, get her freaking moment in the light. So but she was amazing. The cast was great. Bacon was great. Um, what was I gonna say? More than any other, this one requires additional viewings. It
Yeah,
was a
okay.
creeper for me.
True.
The Universal Studios lot in '85, they were spot on with the cycle thing and everything else because I was there. LA itself is a character I appreciated. Her friend in the video store was great reading Fangoria, all that stuff. She
Yeah.
has a bit of an arc, but again, she's already shown in X that she's a caring person. The visuals and aesthetics are spot on. The backdrop is amazing. The price of fame is what's talked about in the whole movie. Some of these elements get lost on some people. shortcomings for some are what homage may be responsible for, paying homage. So to them, it's shortcomings. To me, they're they're freaking paying homage in the way they want to do it. It wraps it up as it was intended to from the start. I couldn't imagine this being a regular slasher movie when it was going to come out. Like, how are they going to have a slasher
You
in
know,
1985?
I
She
really
happens to
do
be in it
believe
again. How
they've
stupid!
done the slasher, which was X. They did Pearl,
Right,
which is like
the
a
character
character
piece.
study, the character piece, and
Yep.
then they this, which is like the Giallo-esque.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
I didn't
I
have
had no problem.
expectations.
I had no problem with that. I just wanted that one that Giallo kill, which you had no problem with. I have to watch it again, but I remember waiting for it to be a little bit more elaborate or a little bit more, I don't know, Argento-esque. And I just thought it was kind of run of the mill, personally. But again, one
I
view Christian.
understand.
I'm excited because your passion for talking about it, and the fact you've seen it 3 times makes me realize that I'm probably gonna come up with this. I usually don't go down, except
Right.
to my wife.
Hey now. Right. I hope. Right.
Every now and then.
But here's the thing. I didn't have expectations. Remember, I told I was worried about everything. And I didn't at all expect a straight up slasher. It didn't make sense to me. So to me, it made sense that it was going to be different, like the other two were. The other two were, and they were. One critique I'll say is it would have made a little more sense to me if there was more nudity and sex. Because even though it was aping those sleazy movies, it wasn't sleazy enough in that respect.
Which is
I don't
weird.
care that she didn't show her tits. I'm actually glad because she's the producer now and she showed them enough. And she's like, okay, this is my story, not about me being a porn star anymore. This is about me taking it to the next level. I don't have to show my tits anymore. Therefore, in this movie, I'm not going to show my tits. Art imitating life again. It goes deeper.
But
I mean,
you're
and I
right.
did not, thank you. I did not want them to go full American Horror Story. I've heard people complain, say they wanted it to tie in with the Night Stalker directly, like they did it with freaking Manson in Tarantino's movie. And I'm glad they did not. It would have been too much. It was good as a backdrop, and it was good to show why they were able to get away with all these other freaking ritualistic looking killings at the time. It was a plot point that was worked perfectly. I believe everything's intentional. Some people don't realize it, and there's some who don't love that. I like it. It was made at the right time. It could only work to this degree here as a continuation of a story, and the audience can expect it to be different. And it wasn't overly 80s. It all makes sense. There you
Yeah.
go.
I can't disagree. I think I'm
Watch
glad
it again.
in retrospect they didn't do the summer of '84 Strangers Things, everything that we've been getting that when they go
God
retro,
no.
it's like the too many pumpkins on the lot. It's like we got to take it to 11, as you like to say, and I've stolen and whatever on everything, and they didn't do that. Maybe I was expecting that, but I'm glad they didn't do that.
I
But
I
there was
that's fine.
enough.
I think it looked
There's
great
quite a
though.
bit.
Like
Yeah, exactly.
my
I would
wife,
say they didn't do it. They just didn't do it to the extent that it feels like it's shoved in your throat.
right, and my wife was from California, and when she was watching it, it made her homesick for freaking LA in the 80s. So she's watching this replication of freaking, LA in the 80s in this area. And she's like, and she's even talking about the buses. She goes, oh, yeah, that's the old RTD buses they had back then. She's able to tell me like certain things, because she's from the area.
You
And
go, hey,
all of it's,
shut up, honey. I'm trying to watch the movie.
I didn't care. I knew I was seeing it again. And she enjoyed it too. Actually, at first she thought, this is what my wife thought. This is funny. She thought that the two detectives,
Were
when
the
they got
killers?
up there and the reason they were taking too long is because they were in on the call too. And she's like, oh no, this is gonna be lame. Don't do this. And then it didn't happen. She goes, oh, thank goodness. And then she was surprised too. So
Awesome.
that all worked out. But man, I'm overly, it took, like I said, I've
So a
seen it
mild
three
rumble
times.
for you.
I'm so happy to report that I had to go back the second and then the third time. The same thing happened with Midsommar. I don't know if you remember. The first time I saw Midsommar, I gave it an 8. I didn't
Yeah.
give it a 10 till I saw it the third time. It just happens sometimes. I just
So
don't
were you a
appreciate.
were you a half head the first time?
I was probably Close. Yeah, I was probably like a 7.5, 8. Yeah. So
Okay.
I was, and now I'm not. Now I'm higher.
Yeah.
Now I'm full head. And
And I'm kind of at that seven range, so half head. But like I said, just there. But I'm hoping, like I said, but like when I saw Pearl and X the first time I watched them, I'm like, yep, these are. They just. So that's fine. I just was maybe expecting that out of the gate too, because I
right,
had
I
that
get
with the
it.
other two times. So
But you didn't expect a slasher, right?
no, I expected
Okay.
more killing, but I wasn't expecting a slasher. I was
Right.
expecting a
That's fine.
giallo
I don't.
because I watched the trailer,
Right.
so I was expecting a giallo. So
Okay.
slasher-esque, like the Man in Black, some kills, the backdrop of the not Robert Rodriguez. Holy shit.
Hmm.
Robert
Robert
Rodriguez,
Rodriguez.
the Night Stalker. I can't remember his name.
Richard Ramirez. Robert Rodriguez. That's amazing. This son of a bitch. Just because they're both fucking Hispanic
Il
and they both
Mariachi.
have R's.
Yeah.
Ramirez, Rodriguez. It's all the same to you, isn't it?
Yeah.
I see.
Like a JP. Could be anything.
Holy shit. Oh,
Tomato,
man.
tomato.
But I'll tell you this. They did mention Psycho 2. She goes, can you believe they
Yeah.
just filmed the sequel here last year or something? And I was thinking to myself when she said that, I go, this is kind of like the Psycho 2 route. Like Psycho was what it was, right? And this is the follow-up to it. Psycho 2 was not like, instead of going the lazy route and having a slasher in Psycho 2, it was still a slasher, but it wasn't just like, kids.
Yeah,
We've talked about this.
They still played, yeah. We
Right.
gotta
This is
go.
what
So
they did here.
you're a full head. I'm a half head. I'm sorry to wrap it up, but we've been talking about it
Yeah,
a
we
long
got
time,
to.
and we went
I
longer,
know.
way longer than we usually have. But I have to get moving as well. I'm dying. I'm hungry. I'm sorry, everybody, but I'm fucking hungry. I'm gonna get
Buddy.
hangry.
Oh, yeah, I can't have that. Yeah. So, I love it. Let's go. I mean, what else can I say? I will not accept a life that I do not deserve. That's all I'm gonna say. I love Maxine Minx. I'm so happy. This is the best trilogy for me. Like I said, what else have we had? The Fear Street trilogy, which was great. I love that too. Rob Zombie's Firefly. What else really? To me, this is the perfect trilogy. And I think in years to come, people are going to appreciate it more and more. Basically, for the things I talked about tonight, for the reasons how all three movies are different and they're tributing different type of films. And damn, they're all strong movies.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just so happy to live in the time I live in and have this. And I hope that he goes on to Puritan 2 and Puritan 1 next. That'd be awesome. But we'll see. Hopefully Mia doesn't get too famous, and then I know she's doing a Marvel movie next or something. I don't know.
Oh, they're
Either
still
way.
making those?
I guess some type of thing involving some of those things. I forgot what it was. She's got a part in something though, so hopefully we don't lose her. She seems to love genre films, though, like Nicole Kidman. Some people just love acting in genre films, and they're actors. These are actors,
I saw the trailer for Wolverine and Deadpool or whatever it is, and
What a weird
that
combination.
looks fucking terrible. And it looks
Probably
like they're
will be.
compensating by just adding, like, me, I
Dumb
don't.
jokes.
We swear left, right, and center like truckers on here. It just felt so fucking forced. Sorry, I did that one on purpose, but it felt
Nice.
so forced in that trailer. I was like, this is just almost uncomfortable, not because I'm a prude, but because it doesn't seem real. It
Right.
seems like it's just like, I don't know. It just, not necessary. The movie doesn't look good, and I like both those actors, so it's unfortunate, but yeah, no interest whatsoever to see that.
Yes, indeed. Okay, well,
Enjoy long legs, motherfucker. You gotta go.
yeah, I got plenty of
Jesus.
time. It starts at 10. Guess what time I'm gonna leave? 5 minutes to 10.
Ooh.
I walk in. It's a 15-minute ride. I've missed all the trailers. I sit my ass down. Perfect. That's how I do it. I don't
They
get
better
there
go
early.
early.
Screw
What if
that.
they get they go right to the movie?
It's never less than 15 minutes of trailers ever.
Okay.
Ever. Yeah, it sucks. So, especially for
Well,
a premiere, there'll be tons. Anyway, yeah, love you guys.
enjoy
Thank
it.
you for everything. We'll try to have another show this month. I want to talk about long legs, of course, and we'll see what happens. But Manchichi, love you all. Anything
Good
from you,
night.
C?
Just good night, everybody.